fuck up. Hi, everybody. We are playing some
Sorry, did
dungeons. Hi, everybody. We are playing some Dungeons and Dragons tonight, following the ongoing campaign party adventurers known as the Dawnforged Company. They have recently been having some trouble in the forest outside of the Eyrie. There's some albino with 15 months. I'm currently on a 15-month spree. Wow, look at that pogger. That's a pog champ. Hype, hype, hype.
It's Ross laughing.
That works. All right, and then, so they've been.
That's a pro chain.
That's a pog. Oh, there you go. That's a good one. Flip pog. All right, so and they. Whilst adventuring outside the city, they found these magma worms that had been eating some scouts and stuff sent out by the Aarakocra to scout the area and find out what exactly was going on. All while knowing that a hobgoblin army is advancing towards the city, and they originally had just gone out to go find out something about these hobgoblins. But unfortunately, after taking care of these worms, they were left with a dream, letting him know that there was it gave him a choice. Hey, you can join up with Phobator and see if and help the transition, making it so that way less people die, and that there's more better stuff for more people, and the transition goes easier, and less people have to go through all of the bullshit. But two feigned. As far as we know, interest in the plan, and got the intel that there would be a caravan along the road that would be led by a wagoneer driver named Amari. And so, after their long rest and debating it, they went down across the road, and sure enough, there was a caravan headed their way, and when they stopped him, his name was Amari. And so they managed to coax the drivers inside of their collapsible fortress, magic fortress, instant fortress, once inside there, they kind of sat down and talked and tried to get to know him and see what was going on, and they all seemed pretty genuine, just kind of dudes who were super excited to get some gold, apparently a lot of gold. They did find that they were hired by a certain baron from Bloodscale's past, which
Total dick.
is a total dick.
Oh.
And so, finding out this, they're like, okay, this is all kind of coming together. And it's at that point, though, they were talking to them, that their jaws burst open and these horrifying things crawled out of their mouths that had seemingly been possessing them moments before. They managed to take care of these things known as Kore, these nightmare crazy things. But after dealing with them, they took a look at what was inside of their caravans, and they found one giant skull of a beholder with one kind of light blinking in its center eye as it was sleeping, as it shook back and forth occasionally. And the other two, they found some very strange looking things, kind of like beholder, but like squishier and grosser, like kind of like a deep like a skin that has like almost no color to it, pale to the point of almost being dead, with long tentacles that were wrapped up around them, making a bed. The tentacles ending in these hooked barbs and almost mouth that you could see. They decided that this was probably going to be quite the task, so they decided to take a long rest and just keep an eye on the wagons while they did so. During this long rest, the skull produced another one of the strange-looking beholderkin that popped out. And then, after defeating it, they just ran over and killed this thing super, super quickly. And Zarek, the expert on a bunch of things, rolled really, really well on his intelligence check to find out that this was a Death's Tyrant, a type of beholder that had been having nightmares of death and destruction. And that can cause them to transform when these dreams take hold into a Death Tyrant, this skull, undead form of a beholder, and that its nightmare must have something to do with blood or death. And it was spawning Death's Kiss, these other type of beholderkin that were not as magical and don't have the anti-magic cone, but have a 20-foot reach of tentacles that can drain your blood. But as they were debating what to do next, the Death Tyrant had woke up from its slumber and started to wander outside of the van. Deciding to end it quickly, they all jumped into action. And through some quick spells and some great use of telekinesis to wrestle its eye facing upwards and some good shots and arrows and getting some digs in, everything went almost perfectly, except for a petrification ray that managed to hit poor Zephyr and, through the next failed saving throw, petrify her completely. It's at this point Uza has just loosed an arrow imbued with the magical energy of Akari, and the lightning strikes the side of the Death Tyrant. The electricity and the arrow bounce around in the eye socket before it explodes outwards, and the thing falls to the ground, motionless. And that is where we pick up our story.
Bloodscale had ran, grabbed the Zephyr statue, and took it inside.
Perfect. So Bloodscale's
20 strength and all.
Yeah, that's not going to be a big issue. Give me athletics check just for flavor's sake.
Okay, where'd my goddamn page go?
Advantage because you're still raging. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll give you advantage.
That name. That button. 28.
Perfect. Yeah, easy enough. You quickly run over and pick up the statue and head inside. What's everybody else doing?
I'm following.
The premise is you're actually going to then see Bloodscale burst back out.
Okay. As you start to follow, Bloodscale bursts back out through the doors.
Right, you want to kill
The
the other...
Canadian way?
Exactly.
Starts right out to the door.
Bloodscale is running back to the Death Tyrant,
Okay.
sticking his axe in the fucking skull, jiggling it around to make sure this thing's fucking dead, and then picking up the skull because he's gonna mount it inside.
It is fucking dead. Now, the skull is kind of ruined. It is missing most of its ocular socket.
I just need jaw bits.
Okay. Yeah,
I'll take
easy
the
enough.
lower jaw. This is mine now.
Easy enough.
Do we want to talk about the two that are still out here?
I just need
It is
1
in our
second.
best interest to take them out immediately.
I think that's fair.
Zark's gonna start heading in the
Hold on.
direction.
Uza said he needs
Quietly.
a second. Uza said he needs a second. Uza said he needs a second.
Just 1 second. I'm gonna go inside. I'm gonna grab the Feywild bonsai tree.
Mhm.
I'm gonna put it at the base of the Zephyr statue, and I'm gonna tell the tree to form like a protective. You know how like that weird science experiment with the eggs and
Yeah.
plastic straws in middle school? I'm making it grow branches around the Zephyr statue like that.
Gotcha.
There's a little
Okay.
bit of give. There's no points pointed at her. They're all like glancing off, so that if she topples or something hits her, like she's not gonna get chipped.
Perfect.
Cushioning.
And,
Got it.
The branches already, before, as you tap it down, you say this really quickly, and as you're walking out the door, you see the branches already starting to form, reaching out and
That's not.
cradling the
the-
statue.
Sorry. We can't fix this with a dispel, can we?
Nope.
Already
We
tried.
already tried. We already tried with Uza's dispel arrow. It didn't work.
That's what I thought. Alright,
Yeah, I'm gonna-
so...
I'll last back outside, flying
Yeah.
15 feet above the ground.
Perfect.
Bloodscale just opens the door, fucking slaps the jaw down on a table and closes the door and comes back in.
Okay.
Can you still talk to those horses? Can you have them bring them closer, or do you think
I
we
would-
should do-
I would need 10 minutes. And I don't think 10 minutes is the way to go right now.
Alright,
Okay.
fair enough. Let's try and stealth up there and get some damage as much as we can before they can do anything, yeah? Do you want to do them one by one, or do you want to try split into teams and take
we
them
took
both
that-
at once?
We took that one down with a good volley from all of us. So if we focus
Alright.
on one, hopefully we can knock out that one, and then we just have to deal with the other one in combat.
I like that idea.
Yep, I'm a fan too.
So Zark
Alright.
never did cast his disintegrate from the
Oh,
battle.
yeah.
No, you
against
still have
the
that
Death
spell.
Tyrant.
That's
I
correct.
do,
Yep.
Yes. That's what he's planning on doing.
Okay. Perfect.
And I can possibly help, but might not. Who knows?
All right.
Yeah, you did pretty well last time.
Last time it helped.
So
So
you,
gotta make it to this thing without waking it up.
so stealth checks.
True.
1
we
second.
don't have pass without a trace because the person who has it is a fucking statue.
Mhm.
True facts. Let's
Rude.
see. Immolate is a fucking cast of 80 or of 90 feet. I'm in range.
I have
I don't need
60
to move.
feet for disintegrate.
I guess.
So
I'll
those are
stealth in
another-
place.
Those are another 200 feet away. I was just, for map's sake, getting them back up here so you guys can
Gotcha.
position yourselves. So still need a stealth check.
Oh god, I'm so bad at that though.
Okay.
Cool. Saw that coming.
Perfect.
I will still be about like I don't know, 15 feet behind everyone. I mean, just natural.
Does anybody have luck
Or
that they want to use?
preservation.
I
Have
will
what?
use a luck. Fuck it.
Okay.
'Cause that 4 is a 4.
It's true.
I'll take a 10. It's better than a 4!
I know. I'm like, I could give you 1d4, but it seems completely wasted. Not completely, but not great. You know.
Ulu has to roll.
Exactly.
Oh yeah, yeah. Molly! Pull the lever
Yeah.
crank!
Stealth check.
Sorry.
That's all good.
We were playing Monster Prom the other night. And we needed Molly to click through so we could see. It was like 1 in the morning, so she was falling
I was
asleep.
so dying. Oh my god. I'm trying. Don't distract me.
No, that was just what came out of it. It's the- Ooh.
Oh, fuck's sake.
Ulu.
Nasty.
All right. So we've got a
Did I succeed?
we got a 26, 22, a 10, an 18, a 13, and a 5.
Yes, indeed.
So as you guys are sneaking up to them, you get about a, I'll say,
I'll say.
so any point past 90 feet, or this line that I'm showing you here, as soon as you guys hit that 90 foot, you hear poof, 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 as one of them is clearly, you see this southernmost wagon start to jostle in places. It's something is clearly trying to escape.
Okay,
I'm gonna stop at least 100 feet away.
I'm
Perfect.
gonna shoot off to the side if I can. Can I move my
Sure.
token? Or
Yeah, go ahead and move your tokens and get kind of where you will be at that 90-foot range.
Mesnos grabs Bloodscale's shoulder and tells him he has a dumb fucking idea.
I have a dumb fucking idea.
I love it. I love it. We should do it.
All right, here's my idea.
Put your dick away.
Hey, Camman 5, welcome back for the whole stream this week.
Hey, how's it going?
So what is Mesnos' dumb fuck idea? Oh, Dimension Door. Okay. Where are we going?
Ah, yeah.
We're going directly to the door of the one where the thing's still sleeping.
This one? Perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So that blood. And then Mesnos is going to open the door, and Bloodscale is going to rage and whack this motherfucker while it's asleep.
Oh lordy.
Okay, so everybody else get in your positions before they get ready for their teleportation.
If you do that, I won't get the sneak attack immolate off though.
Yeah, except it'll be woken up by the other one anyway, so you wouldn't anyway.
It's still asleep, isn't it?
No?
In the
Alright.
carriage that you
I
can't
mean,
see.
I
it.
could do it. Like, well, you know, hit the middle of a carriage with it. But...
You just might burn down the carriage. All right, so go ahead and position yourselves. All right, everybody in positions.
Sequence.
I'm ready.
Perfect. All right, so you as you teleport there, Mesnos grabs the doors, pops them open, and you see still sleeping the curled up, disgusting looking Death's Kiss.
Wait, I'm smacking it twice.
Perfect. Roll that beautiful bean damage.
I shouldn't need reckless. I should already have advantage because it's pro while
Absolutely.
sleeping, right?
Absolutely. You can go straight to Great Weapon Master.
Yay!
18.
18 will hit. 26. Yeah, that'll definitely hit, especially even when it's down to 21. All right, both of those hit.
And,
And adding a smite. All right, so 41, 64 points of damage. Jesus. 65. Even better.
By one.
By one. All right. And then as you do,
Just
both you and
can,
Mesnos takes
can,
15 points of electric damage for one, and then
Mesnos
9
get a
points for the
surprise
second
attack
strike.
in as well?
Mesnos used his...
Could if Ty wasn't muted.
I'm not muted, am I? Am I muted?
You were for a second there, yeah.
Oh my god, this stupid thing. All right, so actually he had to use his action to open the door.
Oh, we did dimension door as well.
Yeah, because he just dimension door and then he opened it up, and so he wouldn't have a sneak attack ready to go. All right, and so you both take 24 points of electric damage over the 2 strikes.
I do have blue eyes.
Perfect. And were you raging?
Drag.
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay, so reduce to quarter.
Oh god.
Eyes,
Math. Oh
drag.
god.
Let's see. It's 24, 12, 6.
Sweet.
Hopefully that was right, because I was totally making that
No,
up.
that sounds right to me, man.
Perfect. Okay. Oh, thank God we have an engineer here who can do math. All right. So, all right.
We have an engineer here who has a calculator that can do math.
He knows which math to do.
I mean, I have one too. Just didn't open it on my computer yet.
Computer. All right. With that, we'll go ahead and start the initiative order.
All right, roll the initiative.
Make sure you have your tokens selected, so that way it goes directly into the order for me. That would be great.
Ooh, I finally got a good initiative. And he's not even going to be out of the goddamn truck for me to hit him.
Luckily, there's 2 of them.
Oh, is the other one out?
No, the other one's still. The other one's trying to get out, but this one he's opened the door. So. Ooh.
Oh,
Perfect. Okay. All right, so we got. Let's see. Ulu. Ulu, you rolled twice. Do you have advantage on?
I didn't have my token selected.
Oh, okay, perfect. So we'll make sure you get your first roll to 20. Anybody else have to roll twice? Everybody else looks good.
No,
And
because
then-
when I do it with
that.
Beyond 20, it just does the advantage for me now.
Killer.
That's the way you
Okay.
do it.
Perfect. All right, so with that, Uza, Balinar, Shramran Zunder, Skrael, Champion of Akari, you are up.
Jurgard.
Oh,
I
don't-
do not see a target, correct?
No, you cannot see any your current position now.
I am going to move my 50 feet.
Okay.
Should be right about y'all.
What about that? Okay. And you're still 15 feet in the air?
Do I have clear line of sight on it if I'm on the ground?
These are both completely obscured by the wagons that they're in. They don't have any windows or anything because they were trying to keep, the content secret. So no real line of sight on either from there.
Okay. Can I be in the tree with line of sight and do a stealth check?
Yeah, you can do a stealth check, and then are you gonna hold your action to fire at one if you can see it?
Yeah,
Sure.
exactly.
Perfect. Yeah, roll that stealth check. Yeah, that'll do.
Yes.
All right.
You're back
You
in
guys-
Westeros, boy.
You guys see
No, we don't.
no. So you see Uza take off, and he's fly, and then as you're tracking him, all of a sudden you're and the trees are flipping by, and all of a sudden he's just gone. And you're like, what the hell did he stop? All right. So you have your action held. That'll bring
Why
us.
I don't play golf?
Too hard. Didn't keep his eye on the birdie. All right. That'll bring us to Ulumfa of the Anointed of the Desert Scar.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
I mean, I am gonna move.
Perfect.
Not stealthily, clearly.
Sure.
Utter
Uh,
lack of stealth.
And are you going to dash as your action, or are you just run it up and then what do we do?
Yeah, I'm gonna dash.
Perfect.
Get as far as I can.
I think do you have a 30-foot movement speed or did
Yeah,
I
30
forget?
foot.
Okay, so dashing will get you here.
Okay.
I just know how annoying it is to measure and move the token at the same time.
Thank you.
Oh yeah.
Appreciate it.
Perfect. So yeah, the impressive half orc form just starts to hit the ground, dust and snow in your wake as you run forward. Bonus action.
I'm gonna fart. No, wait.
Fart. Okay, make a smell check. No, I'm just kidding. One thing, you could activate your dancing sword if you wanted to.
Oh, yes. Wait.
Sure.
Like, sword, dance. Dance for me, puppet, dance.
Dance, puppet, dance. All right, perfect. And so as you
Dancing is forbidden.
dancing ist ein Verboten. All right, here we go.
Dancing is forbidden.
Oh yeah, and then so the sword of Garel flies off of your back and spins around and then takes up a stance. You see for a second as it freezes in air, the form of the orc champion glimmer to life and just sheen into and out of existence, holding the blade ready to go. That'll bring us to Blutscale.
Do I need to do reckless now or no?
It is awake, so you do not have an automatic advantage.
Then yeah, we're going fucking reckless weapon master now. Fuck.
Let's do this. All right, Reckless, Great Weapon Master. Advantage -5. Well, that'll definitely hit.
Nice.
I
Oh,
finally
God.
gonna use this button.
Jeezy, crazy. Brutal critical. All right, holy hell. So that's 36 plus 4. 40 points of slashing damage for your first attack. And your second attack. 24. That's a 19. That still hits. 21. Another 21 points. Jeezy, crazy. Bringing it in hot today. All right. And that'll bring us to the...
I have a quick question.
Yeah.
In any way, shape, or form, can I use my bonus to at least put me in between it and Mesnos?
Not really with the positioning that we have here right now.
Or can I just shove him? Like,
Do you have anything that gives you push, pull, or shove as a bonus action?
no.
Okay, nah. Unfortunately, that would take a full action then. So, not this
Didn't hurt
time.
to ask.
Hey, you always gotta check. Bring us to the Death's Kiss you are fighting. It is going to be real pissed off. And so it's going to reach out with a tentacle and first hit Blood Scale, since you're the first to get it. Does a 11, I'm guessing does not hit. It's going to reach out another tentacle simultaneously out to Mesnos. Come on, you can do it. Do the tentacle attack, please. Come on. I'm guessing a 10 doesn't
No.
hit.
It's
You
still
guys are-
sleepy. Fuck it.
You guys have the worst
Happy
rolling
armor.
DM on the planet. All right, tentacle attack number 3 going to Blood Scale. 17.
Matches.
Oh, wait a minute. It has advantage on you.
It does.
So that would have been...
So you could say the first one hit. It's fine.
Well, let's roll to see if the first one hit. 23. Okay, so perfect. So it's if the first one hit, it instead is so the first you take 14 piercing damage, but it reduces down to 7. But you're automatically grappled, or it's going to try to grapple you as part of its tentacle attack. Make an athletics or strength check. Sorry, not athletics.
Save or check.
Save. Yeah, it can't even hold you. Not even close. Even if that was just a check, it couldn't do it. All right, so and then the second attack is going to it's going to hit. You're going to take 11 points of piercing damage, reduced to 5. Go ahead and make another strength. No, not even close. All right, excellent. So yeah, it does flails about. It hits you a few times, and then as it latches on the sucker, it tries to like pull you in and wrap you up, but it doesn't have the chance. It's going to try to desperately use its movement to float over the two of you. So I need a opportunity attack from Bloodscale and from Mesnos as it tries to get out.
Get him.
Okay. I'm checking one thing real quick. think reckless still applies.
Yeah, it should be all of your attacks until your next turn. As far as I think. Or is it just for this turn? Does it say this turn? Or...
Gaining advantage on melee attack rolls using strength during that turn.
Okay.
So it should be the whole turn.
Okay, yep. Or does it say turn or round? You know
It
what?
says
Screw it.
that
Just have
turn.
advantage. You're good.
This one is not a button. This is one that I had to write down.
Perfect.
Fancy.
All right, so roll that beautiful attack on its face.
I just put it in the chat.
Yep,
So
okay,
you could
perfect.
re-judge.
Yeah, you have advantage until your next turn. That was the part that I needed. So that's still Great Weapon Master, I assume, so it's a 19. That'll hit.
That I'm trying to see.
Go ahead and roll the damage.
I did. It says 17.
Oh, 17, perfect.
And plus 10 because of Great Weapon.
27. It's barely alive. What does Mesnos get for his
27.
opportunity attack?
God, what? I don't even know what melee attacks Mesnos has. He
I
never
believe he has
uses
a dagger.
Sure. Eh.
No, doesn't hit. So it barely escapes, and it's going to use its entire movement to get the hell away from you.
Does Mesnos have a book you can club it with?
Did I see him?
Yes, you did. As he turns around and floats out, you go ahead and use your attack with advantage because
Alright.
you're definitely freaking hidden.
Sharpshooter.
-5. Roll it. That's what he'll
20.
hit. All right, and
Oh,
so.
hold on. Let's see if I get that natural 20. No.
Oh, okay, not natural, but this is definitely a 20. So as you, out of nowhere, you see as it tries to fly over Bloodscale, you throw your axe and almost pin it to the wall, but it escapes. But as you do, you push the axe through and cut like a big sloth out of its back, and as it flies over, you guys catch a little bit of the electric blood, which would do some damage to you. And you guys take another 12 points of electric damage. And then as it flies over, reduced to 3 for you for raging and resistance. And then out of nowhere, this arrow just flies. And as it's kind of trying to make its way, it's just and it just kind of just gently floats to the ground and it starts leaking blood into the snow completely.
I got 2 of them.
All right, that'll bring us to Zarek.
So, ruling question.
Mm-hmm.
Disintegrate.
Yeah.
Automatically disintegrates a large or smaller non-magical object.
Yes.
So
Yes, the carriage is a large object you could disintegrate.
will it affect the Beholderkin?
It will tank the spell for it. It will not transfer through because the
That's
disintegration ray itself won't be touching it, so it would not affect the
That's
beholder.
kind of how I
inside.
figured, but I wasn't sure. All right, well then I am just going to proceed
Excellent.
on foot in the general direction
General direction.
of this and ready my disintegrate for when I do see it.
Perfect. Now, are you holding the spell because that does use the spell slot? If you don't see it, it putters out by the end of your next turn. Or are you?
Yeah, we'll go
okay.
ahead and do
Perfect.
that.
Excellent. So mark the spell slot, and you are holding disintegrate for the second you see anything to use it on.
Right.
That'll bring us to Mesnos.
Okay. This boy.
This boy. Boy. Actually, Jess, do you want to play Mesnos? Since you're petrified? Come to think of it?
She said no.
Oh, okay.
Mesnos is going to attempt to blow off the back corner of this carriage with Eldritch Blast.
Okay,
Doesn't
so
want to get near it this time.
perfect. Now, is he trying to blow the doors open or just blow a hole in the side of the carriage?
It's like trying to blow off the entire back corner of the carriage.
So he'll need something.
This corner here.
He would know that he needs something a little more powerful than Eldritch Blast to get that much off of it. Just as heads up.
I was hoping that the multiple rays would do it.
The multiple rays would definitely be enough to blow the doors open, but just not enough to blow a whole giant hole in the side of it.
Yeah, fine. He'll blow the doors off then.
Perfect. All right, roll the 3 Eldritch Blast, we know how much damage it does. Yeah, those all definitely hit. 18, 9. Perfect. Okay, yep. That'll do it. And as he fires off, the doors shatter open and the horses start to run forward.
Fine. He's gonna then just shift around to the other side of the cart to get out of line of sight.
Perfect. And then they'll make it about that far before they really get some steam going. That'll bring us to the Death's Kiss in the back. It is going to fly out of the wagons. So about there-ish. Go ahead and release your disintegration. Zadok. Holy still not used to disintegrate.
Yes.
It's powerful.
Yeah, I did not make it. 72 points of damage coming out from the wizard. And yeah, as you fire, you fire into it, and all of you see like this. As the ray hits, it just burrows this hole perfectly, like as if the flesh never existed through it. And it's just, it wobbles. It doesn't have a mouth to scream, but the eye contorts as the tentacles squooge in and then drop back out as it releases the pain. And then from there,
I give
You know,
Zarek
that's
a
only
thumbs up.
slightly more than half damage, half of average damage.
yeah,
Or sorry,
Lord.
slightly more than average damage. There we go.
there it is.
Oh,
Average
wow.
damage for that spell is 70.
Perfect.
Crime
All right,
alien.
so hold on. Let's see how far he
That's
went.
pretty units.
Sorry, 1 second. So he got out of the carriage, and then
BANANAS.
okay, perfect. So he's actually there. So I'll move him up. And does that give him? Yep. Oh wait, hold on. Yep. Yep. Okay. He's going to reach out a tentacle at the thing that just blasted a hole in it, and let's see if we can hit. Does a 21 hit? Perfect. Strength
20.
saving throw to see if you are grappled.
Oh, for frick's sake.
You are
The negative one for
grappled.
that.
And as you are grappled, it's going to try to drain your blood. So you guys see the tentacle whip out and then scratch across Zarek's chest, wraps around him, and then the giant sucker comes up and latches onto the side of your head. I need a Constitution saving throw.
That's not bueno.
18, you do make it. So let's see, I believe that's no damage then. On a failed save, the target. Oh no! So you pass the save. So yeah, as it latches onto your head, you kind of like force of will. You find like some of your psionics just like barely hold the mouth from fully connecting to you. As you're like, nope, no, my blood. All right, and then it's gonna reach out its third attack and try to grapple Ulu. Does an 18 beat your armor class?
Oh,
I think your AC's 20.
No.
Okay, yeah.
20.
So as it reaches out this tentacle, flying out with this immense reach, it tries to like latch onto anywhere, and you see as it slaps against this bone armor that you have. You're like, you just kind of snag it and toss it back.
Bone armor.
Bone armor. That'll bring us to Visair. Guile.
I'm gonna hit it with a fireball.
Hit it with a fireball. All right. Dexterity saving throw. We know that much. Yeah, these things are so good at saving throws. Jeezy crazy. All right, that's 33 points of fire damage, and it is on fire. This jerk is on fire. All right, and yeah, it's looking, well, partially disintegrated, on fire. It's having a bad time. That brings us to Uza, Ballinair, Samarins, Scrundles, Champion of Akari, and the part of the Azure Guard. Did I get everything that time?
That's cool. I didn't want to do anything else.
Oh, sorry. Bonus action. Movement.
No, I didn't want to do anything else. Still
Some-
rude, though.
I'm sorry. That was my fault.
I was just fine. I'm sorry. Could not do it.
That's fair. All right, Uza, what are we doing? You're muted if you are talking.
Did we lose Mike?
Monsieur?
He just moved his token, so I assume he can.
Okay, so he's got the 30 stealth. I assume he has to be quiet for other reasons. and is fighting with his
Stealth.
muted status.
I mean, obviously.
All right, so your stealth.
check. He got a 19. I mean, it's hard to argue with
Perfect.
the results, right?
You know,
You should get a
yeah.
bonus
I
to
honestly
roll
think it'd be
for-
pretty cool if there was a
role-playing
video
it,
game
so-
where it used your microphone, and if you were loud, you lost your stealth
There is. It's
privileges.
called In Silence.
It is
Oh, yeah.
sharpshooter. Okay,
He also did one of the Splinter
jeez,
Cell games with that.
Pete's. All right, with oh my good God, come on, guys. I wanted to play with these a little bit. How do you want to do this?
Hello, can you hear me now?
Yeah, we got you now. Yeah, that's
Yeah, sorry, I was trying to troubleshoot my mic, but I didn't want to hold everything up. But apparently it fucking works. I'm not saying shit on my turns anymore.
Jeez.
So that's, I mean, I'm sure after a disintegration and a fireball, I don't need to actually calculate this damage.
Oh no, it is. It is. I calculated it. You're well within kill range. How do you want to do it?
It's just as soon as Zarek like pushes him off and the fireball clears, they're like, "No, you dropped my friend!" And I'm gonna shoot him. But I'm gonna say that after I shoot, so not break stealth.
Perfect. So as you fire, you see that like it gets hit by the fireball and it tilts up backwards, and you see into the disintegration ray hole, and you're like, oh look, I think that's its brain, and you let him go, and as you fire, it hits right in the brain, and it just kind of like the eye kind of
hey, it worked.
lists shut, and it just hits the ground. All right, you have disposed of the Death's Kiss.
All right.
Bloodfield's running after that carriage.
Perfect. The carriage continues forward a little bit. Go ahead and make a. Or let's see, it's probably well within your.
I got 40 feet.
Yeah. You can catch up to the back of it.
Yeah. I'm just gonna grab on and then clamber over eventually and try to slow down these fucking horses.
Ulu, horses are charging at you. What do you want to do?
I want to jump on their backs and ride them like jet ski.
Perfect. Acrobatics check.
Is there a sword right here?
There is.
Yes,
It was her awakened sword, but we won't be using it.
Oh, gotcha.
All
And
right.
then I'm
So
gonna whistle at my sword. Here, boy. Here, boy.
and it goes back into your casing. So as the horses are running up with the 16, you brace yourself, and then you grab their manes and leap up and push down with your arms at the exact right moment, and then you land and you're standing on both of the horses, but you realize you're facing towards the carriage and are blindly being run forward by the carriage. So it gets it to there. Anybody else want to try to
Scale.
use a reaction or
Turn
anything?
this thing.
Guess I could cast slow.
Nah, don't bother.
Alright. I could hit all of the horses.
The other horses seem like they're kind of just they seem surprised by the movement, but they're just kind of eating grass. The other horses are quite chill actually.
Alright.
Perfect. So
I'm gonna inspect one of the carriages.
Perfect, so-
Eventually, whenever the action scene is done.
perfect. And is anybody else doing anything to stop the carriage or help?
Mesnos is gonna attempt to fly, and he's been handling our horses fine, so he's gonna try to eventually catch up.
Perfect. So he starts
I'll,
taking off.
I'll fly and just whoever's trying to handle the horses, I'm gonna cast guidance on them. Just
Perfect.
flying alongside, giving a thumbs up. Guidance. Yeah, you're doing great.
Perfect. And so you fly up to Ulu, who's on the horses, face the wrong way as this entire thing keeps moving along a little bit down the road. Everybody chasing onto it. Bloodscale, you're onto the top of the carriage, and you made your way towards about halfway through the carriage. Ulu, you feel this kind of like tingle, almost like static electricity hits you, and you feel a little more confident than you were. How do you guys want to stop the horses?
Well, Bloodscale's trying to just grab at reins and just yank him.
Perfect. Okay.
Yeah. Zarek actually, he's going to use Mage Hand and again tug on the reins.
Perfect. So,
There.
you reach out with the mage hand, you start pulling on the reins, and the horses kind of like start to shudder backwards, and you pick it up the reins high enough. At this point, Bloodscale, the reins are within your grasp as you make your way to the front of it. Ulu, what are you doing on this? You still face backwards? What do you want to...
Well. Well, shit. I'm
Well,
gonna
shit.
try to turn around.
Perfect. And so like you manage to turn around, and so you're facing forward now. A Bloodscale, you pull the reins from the mage hand, and go ahead and give me just a Give me an animal handling check.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah.
Who, me?
Okay, 11. And then give me a strength
Better than I
check.
thought.
24. So as Blitzscout,
Stop these horses.
as you brace yourself on the top of the carriage, you pull, and like the horses that were like kind of starting to slow down a little bit from the mage hand, you pull really hard, and they just almost like flip to the side. Ulu, you're sent forward, flying through the air. Make a dexterity saving throw.
Being the big strong boy doesn't pay off.
You're a really strong boy, and this is 25 on horses. 8. You eat the dust hard as you roll. You take 6 points of bludgeoning damage as you hit and tumble over and over again, but the carriage is now stopped. As everybody takes a few breaths.
Good horsies.
Few breaths, and once again the silence of the forest overcomes, other than the snorting of horses and a few stamps at the ground. What do we...
Well, let's look in these carriages, see what we can find. There has to be some stuff in here that'd be useful, right?
Uza, can you fly up and look for the fucking hobgoblins, please?
Yep.
Also, let us know if you see a field.
And I'm
Just
gonna
an open field.
go grab the corpse that's not completely fucked.
The Death's
Can I
Kiss one?
have a piece?
The one that didn't get disintegrated and fireballed.
Sure, okay. Yep, easy enough. He's got quite a few axe holes, but,
Fender, stop scratching your axle.
It's I'm sure it's still in enough of a piece that it's slightly recognizable as to what it is.
yes, absolutely.
I'm just gonna drag it over in front of the fortress.
Perfect. All right, so you drag it over to the fortress. Uza, as you fly up into the air and kind of take a look around the horizon, the smoke is the stacks of smoke, I should say, that are billowing from the direction the army is clearly coming from, are moving at a steady pace. They're not much closer than when you first started all of this because it hasn't been too long, but they are still on the move.
Okay, so we're probably looking around for another 5-6 hours still then.
Mm-hmm.
Do I see any open fields?
Open fields. You do see there's a few clearings, like where there's no trees, but not like an full open field. Most you see is like something maybe like 30, 40 feet across.
Okay,
As
I'll
far
take
as clearings
mental
go.
note of where that is and let Viceer know.
Perfect. All right. What are the rest of y'all doing?
Head back into the fortress.
Perfect. Sarah, go ahead and
I'm
give it
hurt.
go ahead and get an investigation check.
Me?
Viceer, since he
Oh,
was searching
okay.
the wagons.
Yeah,
Is there any better investigators out there? I'm only okay.
There's Zarek.
Zarek, did you want to help with the investigation? You see him poking around, or are you wounded enough to head just back to the
Yeah,
fortress?
why not? I'm at over a third health left.
You'll be fine.
Perfect. Okay, so go ahead and roll an investigation check. And then, so the first one will be 2 separate ones before you guys
Gosh.
consolidate your efforts. So this first wagon, you
That's just
kind of
embarrassing.
looking it over. It's just pretty much a standard wagon usually used to haul, barrels of whiskey or beer, a lot of, grains and rices and stuff. Basically, it's meant for to be completely sealed up in barrels and stuff like that. Stuff that is, a little bit sensitive to like temperatures, so it's a little bit more like a lot more effort has been put into making sure that it's sealed up and the temperature remains more consistent. But other than that, there's nothing really special about it that you can find.
Can I fly down to them while they're checking out this cart?
Sure. It's at this point
Hey,
you look up and Uza arrives.
So 2 things. I found a clearing for you. It's not too far. It's just down the road a little bit. And also 2, do you want to use your little true sight to see if there are any little imp assholes staring at us right now?
Oh, right. I will flip on my goggles to true sight, and I'm gonna look at in the wagons for any little hangers on.
Sure. All right. So as you switch them to true sight, make a perception check.
Guidance.
Guidance.
So good.
That's
All right. Where's perception? I always mess this one up. for bow.
Perfect. Roll a d4.
Oh no.
8. So with true sight
It's
and
not very perceptive.
and looking over the wagons. So at first you're looking around, you don't see anything. But then as you kind of go back to the front of the cart, you're like, as you're about to say, well, I don't see anything. You do see that there is a magical rune at the very top of the cart. It's like right at the, would sit above the driver's seat.
Mm. Can I do an Arcana check on it?
Absolutely. 12. You've never seen a rune quite like this before. It is really, really complicated, though.
Zarek, you're good with magic, right?
Some people say, perhaps, I don't know. But yes, what is it?
Alright, there's a very strange rune at the top of this wagon. I can't quite make heads or tails of it. I was wondering if maybe you had an idea what it could be. Can he see it?
Don't
Or?
see anything.
So he can't see it. You can. Do you want to like draw it
Can
out
I
for him?
draw it? Yeah, I'll
absolutely.
draw it for him.
Perfect.
I'll just use minor illusion and cast it out in front of me so he can see it.
Even better, way cooler. All right. So Zarek, you see this intricate rune, clearly made multiple like layers of runes, all put together to make a single one. Go and make an Arcana check. 23. Yeah, that'll do it. So you recognize these layers of runes. There's definitely something that is like a portal almost. That is, but instead of bringing it all the way to the material plane, it's a link to a plane of a rune that you don't quite recognize, and it's really extremely complicated. But you recognize that it pulls things to the ethereal plane right below the material plane. You get the idea with the 23 that this is how the drivers were possessed. First, they pulled the beings into the ethereal plane, which then, once night fell, came to the material plane and possessed the drivers.
Alright, so possession runes. That's not good.
Well, not precisely. They're transportation runes between planes. But that's how they brought the beings that I imagine is how they brought the beings that possessed the drivers. Can I
Alright.
copy the rune into a booklet, journal,
Yeah, actually, you can even
drawing
use.
pad, note page?
You always will have your spell book on you as something that you
Yeah.
can take notes and stuff on. But yeah, you definitely have like a journal or like because you mentioned before that you have a journal that you write day events and stuff on, so you can
Yes.
definitely write it down in there and a small description about what it does.
Do we know? Would he have known how to get rid of the rune?
24, 23. No, dispel magic can get rid of the rune.
You got a concise name for this rune?
Concise name, I will say blank
Planar back
to
door.
blank to ethereal teleportation rune. Since you weren't the one that it came from is weird.
Unknown to me.
Perfect. And as you guys are doing this, you hear the shh as the beholderkin are put onto the parapets hanging above the fortress.
Alright then.
Hobgoblins would probably respect this.
No, I see nothing wrong with it. That's for sure. Alright. We found some runes and stuff. Gonna check the other carts for it real quick. With True Seeing still up, I'm gonna check the other carts for the runes. Oh yeah, did we?
Absolutely.
Sorry.
So-
Yeah, I'm just gonna check for them first.
Perfect. So, yeah,
Guidance.
you find the same now with knowing what you're looking for and with guidance. Oh, actually, you know what? Make a perception check. Make 2 perception checks with guidance. I'm assuming for both.
1.
Ah. Yeah,
Maybe I should give you
okay.
these goggles.
All right,
I
so
have 0 perception.
17.
Ooh,
Okay.
Hey.
18.
18.
Excellent. So on this one, not only do you find
Excellent.
you find that rune, but you see like nearing the bottom of the cart, there is a small illusion that is meant to make it look like it's solid, when in fact there seems to be a little compartment under there.
How do I check for traps?
Investigation check.
Call
You can
Uzo.
ask somebody else.
I call
yeah.
Zarek and Uzo over
All right, perfect.
Okay.
to
So
take a look at this.
you can both do
So-
individual checks, or one of you can have advantage.
I cannot get below a 20, so thanks, dear. I can do
Okay,
that. Is this something I need true seeing for?
Not what's the illusion was described to you, so it's gonna be harder to see. But now that you know there's an illusion there, you can try to see if there's anything around it.
Can I
Unless-
use minor illusion again to show him what I'm seeing?
Yes. Okay. Yeah. So the minor illusion, you see this kind of like almost X-ray like framework over on that shows behind where the actual stuff is, which definitely turns it back to just a regular. So give me an investigation check with advantage, and I assume you're guidancing yourself.
Yes,
Best
I
cantrip
am.
ever.
One
Yes.
question though, and I don't remember the monocle of clarity. The filter of true sight. You need to be attuned to the monocle for that one, right?
That's correct.
Okay. All right. So, investigation at advantage, you said.
That's
and
correct.
Guidance.
Yeah.
So-
Should be slam
Just one.
dunk.
There's 2, and that's a 27, sir.
Perfect. And neither one of those was a natural one, so that works out. So 27. Yeah, especially with the frame of work, you're kind of looking, and then you do see that while it's under an illusion, there is definitely some sort of poison gas trap. Because you see there's like these small holes that look really suspicious, and then you kind of like wiggle the door a little bit, and you're like, yeah, there's definitely a pressure release here.
I'm gonna have them back up, and I'm going to try and disarm it.
Alright.
Let's get back like
Oh.
let's go 45 feet.
So, Zora
45
used Mage
feet.
Hand to hold the pressure down.
Horses are still attached to this carriage.
Well, Zephyr's stone, so she can't judge. But we should probably get the horses off.
She can't judge.
Who's going to try to take the
let me
horses
see
off?
if I have animal
Blood,
handling.
blood scale is gonna hop down, not physically from the tower, but you know what I mean.
3-point landing.
I got it.
Superhero landing.
Oh,
That
brilliant.
works.
So,
It's gonna get
Vice
that
Sir?
before I even get down. That's fine.
Vice, you've worked around horses and stuff, especially around the general store and everything that your parents owned, and so you just quick and easy, loose everything, get them right behind you, and you lead them off.
Might as well grab all 6. Fuck.
So these horses are now. So you lead these horses. All right,
All right. So thieves' tools check, correct?
that's correct.
Everybody backed up.
Everybody back
There's
up.
the horses on the other cart behind this one.
Can I grab them too with the same check, or do I need to
Yes, yeah,
check?
no, that's fine. So we'll say
All right.
all the horses out of the
I'm gonna
area.
guidance myself,
Guidance.
and then that's dexterity plus proficiency modifier, right?
That's correct.
Yeah, I'm just gonna throw a dex save, which would be the same number
Oh, perfect.
plus guidance. So
D&D Beyond should. Oh, she's knows. So
does a
31.
31 disarm it? All right.
So as you're reaching in here, you get the gas and you get your thieves' tools, and you get one pin in there to hold the plate in place, and then as you hear no, I'm just fucking around. You of course you don't get it. And so you hear
Shit,
this
it's a hell of
click,
a trap.
and then you carefully pull the door open, and as you pull it through the illusion, it looks really strange, being just sticking out of the wood now, and then as you're holding it, you kind of reach in and you find the small little pressure plate that was in place behind the door, and it was only as wide as the frame, so you really nailed it where you held it down with it, and you reach in and then you press it down and then slide it over, putting the pressure plate permanently locked into the side, so the trap is no longer armed, and now you have a door sticking out of wood.
Neat. Someone want to dispel this illusion? We're fine. We're all fine here. It's no more trap now.
How are you?
How are
Not
you?
eight. I'm good. Do we want to check the others for the traps now?
Oh, should probably dispel the magic on this one so we see what we're dealing with the inside. Might give me a frame of reference if it's the same one on the next ones.
Oh, I just walk up and take a look inside.
It's okay, yeah, because you see through the illusion. Looking inside, you see there's a scroll case inside.
I feel like, should I check if that's trapped? Can I use minor illusion to just expand the previous illusion to show him what I'm seeing?
Sure, yeah, and then Uza, you see inside. Welcome back.
Okay, I'll do
does it-
another guidance.
Does it look
check for traps.
trapped or anything? Or
Perfect. Yeah, go ahead and check for traps, Pookie.
ooh,
Oh shit!
oh,
That's
There are no traps.
that's
You got the trap already. So as you reach in, you kind of like as you're looking at it, you're like, that is such a good trap. Why the hell would anybody bother? And you just kind of flop in and just pull it out. And get lucky this time. Actually
Nice.
lucky, not the feet.
what's
I'd
the
rather be real lucky because the lucky feet's done me dirty.
truth? Can I do an Arcana check on the scroll?
Absolutely.
25.
So looking over the scroll case and then the scroll, you kind of screw it open and see there's a piece of paper inside, but it is not magical.
Hmm. What's It's not magical. I think you can take the scroll out of it probably.
That's okay. Is there language on there?
Right? So
You
as
want
you
me
pull
to check
this,
the inside?
as you pull the scroll out and kind of unravel it, you see there is a city of Kern, and there are special marks on the map. You get the idea that this was to be passed on to somebody with special targets to attack, including the palace, the tinkerer's shop, the herb shop, and you recognize that each place is marked is definitely somebody who helped you during your time there in Kern.
Ooh, battle plans.
By this time, I'm assuming Bloodskull's wandered up.
Yep.
Hey, what's that?
Battle plans to
good.
kill all of our friends.
Oh, can I see that real quick?
Yeah, I don't care. Yeah. I think
Yeah,
it was this.
I'll just pull out a
do I
quill
have
and be
them?
like,
Yeah, go for it.
apparently they want to target these areas. Alcaeus, tell fucking Rash. Alert the team! And I'll just fold it up and I'll put it in the bottle.
It is gone.
There we go!
Nice.
Intelligence delivered!
I like it. I like it a lot.
Perfect. And then, so just for the expediency's sake, looking each of the wagons had the exact same thing inside of it. You get the idea that they had anticipated if maybe one was caught or two were caught, or if they ever had a chance to make it to the city, these were all backups to make sure that somebody got these lands, not the hiccups.
So,
So
And,
wrote on the
weird.
note that this was probably going to somebody already in the city.
Yep. And I forgot. Uza, you do see specially marked on the map as the Temple of Akkadi, and then it says it's basically there's an extra note there. Duplicate, kill with prejudice.
Oh, Tuza. You know, I
Wait a
didn't
minute,
like
wait a minute, wait a minute,
Probator
wait a minute, wait a
before,
minute.
but seriously, fuck this guy now.
How do they know about Tuza though?
These maps
I
are
mean-
obviously going to be delivered to somebody in the city, so there's obviously an inside agent somewhere.
That's what I'm saying, right? Like, we should. I mean, warn Alcaeus for sure.
Yeah, that's
Well,
who I
they-
just sent this to.
No, I
the
warn him that there's somebody inside that really.
I put
that is
that on the
helping
note
out.
that there's that
Okay.
there's a mole.
I don't
Well,
get
it might not even be a mole. It might be the invisible imps or the ethereal plane imps. Remember, we then
True. Still best
Oh,
keep an
give
eye
me a
out.
piece
that's
of
all.
parchment real quick.
I give him a piece of parchment real quick.
Perfect.
Hey, there's imps on the ethereal plane that are working for douchebag McGodcock. Just probably.
I think
Look
you
out,
accidentally gave him a compliment.
He's just wearing a
Sound
T-shirt that says that.
douchebag McGodcock, yeah! But Bloodskull's low int, so he doesn't even know that this is a compliment, so it's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, the true sight, you can see him. You can just probably pop him. I don't think it fucking matters.
Perfect. And then with that
Thanks.
message is gone as well.
How are the kids?
Okay. What a wonderful question. And then, you guys have inspected the inspected the wagons. You found all 3 scroll cases. What would you like to do now?
Wait, can we
So-
turn this into like a train of wagons? Get them connected. Have the horses up front.
They're set to be individually driven. There's no way to. They're not like train cars where they can be connected up. I mean, you'd take some tinkering, but more than likely it would be so unwieldy with the 6 horses and then the 3 behind that it would really inhibit and be really difficult to drive down, especially if the road got windy at all.
I just meant some ropes so like the back one can't run off in a random direction without us being able to possibly stop it.
Oh, okay, yeah. You can link them together with rope and then have 3 drivers keeping it rolling.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll hook them all back up. Go back into the fortress, and then let's plan. Yeah.
I will put the carriages on the backside, away from the hobgoblin.
Okay, already?
Yes, yeah. This is already the backside.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I will, using also a length of rope, I will just kind of hitch them
trees.
more to the area so that they're less wandery and more. You can only eat this grass over here.
Easy enough. Oh, I almost forgot. There is a compartment with horse food, like hay, and then there's like some grain and stuff as well in there.
That's great. They could still graze right now. Grazing
Yes,
is fine.
yeah. Absolutely. That was one of the things you guys did such a thorough inspection. I forgot to throw in there because that's something they definitely would have. All right. And then, so you guys head into the fortress, and you see the frozen form of Zephyr,
Which
being held
Mesnos is
aloft.
trying to tend to.
which Mesnos is crying over. He's just standing there silently, just tears. His face isn't very contorted at all. He's just kind of staring forward, and then you can see he's obviously thinking about what he can do.
Well, what do we do here?
I have a fun question. Her staff's in her hand, right?
Yes.
I'm gonna see. Even though she's petrified, I'm not sure it petrified her stuff. I'm just gonna try to see if I could put Shanoth into the staff real quick.
Perfect. So as you go to touch it, it is still, being a magical item, not petrified.
Neat.
But it not being attuned to anybody, you find that there's nothing for the dragon to latch onto, since they're not latching onto items. They're actually latching onto the people who are tuned to them.
Well, yep. I tried. That's not gonna work.
Oh, man, alright. Oof, this is beyond me. I believe. I guess I'll do an Arcana check on her.
Okay, go and
See
roll
what
an
I can
Arcana
learn.
check
Guidance.
with guidance.
Rolling lag. Hot garbage.
Hot garbage. 14.
14.
All right, let me take a look here. So, looking at it like with a 14, it definitely, it's definitely kind of like a creature-based magic. It's not based on a spell or anything that is, but you already knew that it was caused by a creature effect. But you get the idea that if you had something like of a similar like magicalness, like the same kind of attunement, like maybe another beholder stock that was the petrification, you could be able to do something with that, or maybe another creature that had something to do with petrification. Other than that, you feel like only a greater restoration would cure this.
Is there anything I could do with the jawbone?
Go ahead and make let's see, go ahead and make a nature check on that.
Somebody murdered their brother with one of those.
Let's go.
Ooh.
You have a beholder eye stock?
No, we sold that. Remember?
Oh.
Can I
I guess
get
it'd be good
guidance?
goose at this point too. Yeah, I give you guidance.
Can I get a guidance? All right, let's see.
14.
14. It's hard to tell. You don't know too much about like bones or skeleton or anything. You see that like it's definitely it's got to be magical of some sort. It's difficult to tell because you don't have too much experience with creatures in general, as far as like, dealing with their bodies and stuff.
I just lightly touch her with the bone, the jawbone. See if it does anything.
Doesn't seem to do anything.
I'm gonna
Okay,
give the driver guy eggs and coffee.
He's
Even
just
though he's
staring,
just...
staring in the
Yeah, I'm
corner.
just gonna put him down next to him and be like, hey,
It's weird. He automatically takes the coffee from you and just holds it, but then completely ignores the plate.
hey, hey.
Eat.
Hey.
I like snap in front of his face, like just trying to get him to look at me.
Huh?
I know shit sucks, but literally, we just... See that jawbone over there? That was on a big floaty skull that literally shot a beam out that turned her into stone. It's dead now.
We killed
There were
it.
two little smaller things that were not as dangerous, but still really dangerous.
Uh-huh.
Stop them too.
That's good.
The situation's fucked,
Aye.
but honestly, we just kept you from exploding and also possibly destroying an entire city by bringing these things in there.
Aye.
The day could be worse.
Aye.
Eat up.
Aye.
No more Bard Spice.
Aye.
For today.
Yeah, by all means, he should be mowing them eggs up.
Aye.
Hey, say something else.
Okay.
Huh.
Married?
Close enough.
Got a family?
Aye.
Alright, did any of you
Name
guys
them.
know?
Name them.
Huh?
Name your family. What are their names?
DM on the spot time.
Oh yeah, I've got a name, and it's a good name too.
Yeah.
Huh?
Feels
It's a namey name, a real person's name.
Hey Ty,
Uh.
is this guy in shock, or is there
He-
something?
Nah, he's in shock.
Make a medicine
with-
check.
I guidance myself for that.
Guidance. Guidance. Everybody getting that guidance. Can't tell I play a cleric in the campaign.
Yeah, that's not too bad.
16. If you want a 16, yeah, he seems to be just be in pure shock of everything. You know, this is far beyond the pale of anything that he signed up for, and his friends being, you know, blasted out of their, you know, creatures crawling out of them right in front of his eyes and everything. He's just only about 5% here right now.
That's fair. I just want to make sure he wasn't still fucked up with
Doesn't matter. Bloodscale standing there doing the thing like, nope, we're having a conversation now. Pulling you out of it a little bit. Come on, let's go. You don't have to actually RP it. Like,
Sorry,
literally, that's just what
He just keeps repeating "I" or "okay" over and over again. You can tell he's just stared. He's got like that 1,000-yard middle distance sort of into the fire.
Doesn't matter. Bloodscale's still trying because he's dumb.
Okay. By all means. All right.
You got time to kill. That's fine.
As Mesdos kind of. All right. So, where do we know that can help?
Well, I know. I'm pretty sure the druid in the Eyrie. I'm pretty sure he's got greater restoration. It's just 2 days in the other direction.
2 days. 2 days, and is there nothing closer? Is there nothing else we can do?
I don't know enough about nature, but is there anything we can do? Can you guys think of anything we could do with these jawbones? This jawbone, I mean.
Everybody in the room, go and make an intelligence check as far as like what, like
I'm
maybe.
going to
not
guidance
bother.
Zarek.
Perfect.
It's a D4.
D4.
Hey, look at that. 15.
15. Perfect.
Bloodscale does have a dumb idea, but he's not going to try it for another 15 minutes while he's trying to get this guy out of check.
Sure. All right. So with that 15, you're like, you know, there's other things that can be done with body parts. You can just, you know, you can grind them up, kind of put them in pastes, potions, powders.
You're not destroying my jawbone!
Has anybody cast detect magic on the bones yet?
Nope.
I don't think so, no. I did an Arcana
Okay.
check, but that's not the same.
Okay. Well then, I'm gonna take some 10 minutes here.
Perfect.
I'm gonna cast some detect magic.
Perfect. So you guys see Zarek kind of you sit you sit kind of cross-legged and then you get into more of a kneeling position as you guys watch throughout the 10 minutes you see Zarek like almost ritualistically puts his finger to his forehead, and as he pulls it out he draws a rune into the air, and as you see the rune being drawn, it lights and then disappears. And he's going about this, and you see he's slowly, as you're doing this, you see Zarek slowly like moving on his knees in a circle, creating like this almost like a cylinder of runes around him that are he puts into the air, and then they disappear. While he's doing this, does anybody else have any ideas?
I'm gonna go. I guess while he's working on that, there's still pieces of the skull out yonder, right?
Absolutely.
I'm gonna chip some off, like some specifically from like, I guess the main socket.
Perfect. Go ahead and make a nature check, see how well you can harvest.
Guidance myself for that. Big old fat +0.
Oh yeah.
Not gonna matter.
8.
8.
So you go to town, you break off a bunch of pieces, find some pieces that look like they're kind of from that area. You think this is good. I mean, they're all skull, right? I don't know. They look like, I think these are the most magical bits. And then you head back. Anybody else doing anything while Uza and Zarek are so occupied?
Bloodscale will try a stupid idea after.
Okay. So you see, as this is happening, Mesnos, he kind of like leans forward and he touches his head to the forehead of the statue through the branches and everything. He's like, I can't believe I failed you again. Please let me know if you're in there. And he's going to cast Detect Thoughts from his medallion. Zephyr, you find yourself aware and in darkness, unable to move, but you do feel the presence of Mesnos saying, I can't believe I failed you again. Just let me know that you're in there.
I should have become an earth elemental.
I mean, technically she is.
This was slow thinking on my part. Am I alive?
You are alive. You're alive.
No, she's asking that.
Yeah, no, I realized that. And that's why I had to switch. Well, you're halfway there. You're alive. You are just
She is living on a
Fuck up,
prayer.
Mike.
petrified.
Pretty sure that was Zach.
Well,
Do you
I'm not
have-
really scared.
I was gonna let him take the fall.
Thank you, TJ.
We're having a
I
moment here,
wouldn't
guys.
say I'm petrified. I'm just stuck.
Yes, it is, well, the technical term.
Well, I'm adding
I-
some levity here. You sound really upset.
I am quite a bit.
This is the nature of what we do.
Doesn't mean I have to like it. Do you know anything we can do to help you?
Oh, nature check from the druid. Let's watch her fail this one too.
All right, nature check.
I
See what
believe
we
in
got.
you! Save yours. I can't even save myself!
God, with all the singing. Kills.
Hey.
24.
Hey, someone's stabbing westward.
All right, I'll allow that one.
Ah! It hurts. It hurts so bad. All right. So as at the 24, you suddenly you know that you can usually use basilisk blood is one of the ways that is normally used because of the latent magicalness of the blood. You get the idea. You could probably make if you ground it down and made a paste that included it and maybe even some of the whatever of the creature that petrified you, it could work even better. You're trying to think of desperately anything close. You know Greater Restoration can work, but you also know that that's going to be a little bit beyond the abilities of your friends there, and so that's kind of you know that there's pretty much anything that can petrify naturally. There's a bit or a piece of it that can be used to make a potion or a paste that can go over the bits that are petrified.
Okay, so I say, well, I would say that I could cast Greater Restoration, but that's not happening. But basilisk blood is extremely useful. I don't know where you'd be able to find one so near in this forest, but basilisk blood and probably some of the ground up bone of the beholder should, if you make a paste, help.
Okay. What do we mix it with? And you
I give
proceed
him
to
a
give him
list.
a small recipe of
I
stuff
give
that
him a
would be needed.
shopping list, and I
And-
let him know that I have stuff in my bag up in the room.
And so he's gonna, and then after that, he's like, I do have I can contact other planes and make a deal. If we
Don't.
aren't able to.
Don't.
I
spent the better part of my life in service of something that I had no choice for, and I would never want that for you. Don't ever consider that an option. Or we're done.
Ah, dip!
Got him!
Very
Boom,
well.
bros.
Then.
What'd he say?
He said, very well then. I am sorry. I only have 5 more seconds. I love you. And then the connection breaks right as he thinks that too. All right. And then
Happy
so
as garbage.
Did you say
sappy as
something?
hell. It was all in his head. He looks up. No.
I know, I'm kidding.
So now Bloodsail's gonna walk up. Is there any chance that he could take the Kieran ring off of her finger without snapping it off?
It is a magical item.
You can turn it.
I would say it's a ring. You could try. You could definitely flip the scales. You could try to wiggle it off her finger.
Well, he's going to try to flip the scales first. And then if that does nothing, he's going to try to wiggle it off and then attune
Can
to
I
it himself.
volunteer to take that off of there?
Yeah, sure, dude.
Yeah, okay.
But let me just try this first, and I just flip the scales.
Yeah, go for it.
Perfect. So as you rotate the scales, let me pull it up here. Where's the damn character sheet for Hurin? Excuse me. Sorry, 1 second. Come on.
I will not.
This was something I totally wasn't expecting. I'm not even gonna front.
Try looking under Kieran.
Thank
You have it above Zephyr's transformations.
There we go. Bam. There we go. Oh, you stupid thing. Why is it cute? It just, sorry. It's being really, really weird right now. Where...
Sounds like
20?
roll-
I know, right?
yeah. So
Love to hate it.
love to hate it. All right, so... You said it was above Zephyr's transformations?
You already opened the little folder
Oh, okay.
for what I saw on Twitch.
All right, so we'll just do it this way. Hold on 1 second. I just have to be this. Oh, come on. Where's the actual... All right, fine. Just going to do it this way. And so as you rotate the scales and it flips over, you guys see the form of Hurin magically appear in the room. Zarek, this is the first time you are seeing Kieran, this magical being of... It's horse. It looks like the shape of a horse with a horn coming out of its head, but instead of hair, it's magical gold scales, and then platinum scales along the belly. Instead of hooves, they kind of come down into more like kind of a double claw that gives it kind of more of a dragon feel. My Roll20 is lagging out, and I apologize. Can you guys still hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay.
Yep.
Excellent. And then so this magical being comes into view, and as it does, you feel this wonderful sense of calm and goodness just kind of flow out of it, as it's just the most lovely presence you've ever been in. Even in throughout the dimensions, it's just this kind of, it radiates good and calm, and fuck it, it's big. Wait a minute, what the hell? Why is it so? Hold on 1 second. Stupid piece of junk. Stupid piece of junk. Where's the character sheet? Thank you. Yeah, it's huge. So we're gonna say it's gonna appear right outside the door as you guys look out, because It won't fit in there and would know its own dimensional spacing. The rest of you
I'll
see
I'll just go outside.
perfect. The rest of you see the form of Hurin magically appear.
I'm gonna actually try to pick up the statue and take it with me.
Perfect. Strength check.
Oh,
advantage,
right,
because it's,
Hurin!
That
You have
was a
advantage
great
on push,
idea.
pull, lift, blah blah blah.
Mhm.
Push, pull, and drag sail.
Blah 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 blah.
Put on your nicest heels for the push.
Perfect.
pull,
Easy
pull,
enough.
or drag sail.
So you're able to bring the statue outside.
Hi, Huron. Got a problem that I have no idea how to fix.
Hello. It does seem that Zephyr has been.
Oh, hold on. And I go back inside and I get the jawbone and I come back out. This thing did it. Well, the rest of this thing did it.
It kind of recoils a little bit from the jawbone. Another awful thing.
It's dead. There's another dead one up there. He just points at the fucking one that's hanging off.
Oh, highly disturbing. I don't.
Well, there's a bunch of hobgoblins coming in a couple hours, and I think they would respect that.
Hmm.
So, I normally wouldn't do that weird of a shit. But this, I was gonna hang up.
I'm gonna close the door so Hurin can't see the manticore skull sitting above the fireplace.
Easy
I
enough.
like trophies. All right.
I'm just trying to help you out, man. I'm just trying to help you out.
Plus, they're valuable sometimes, guys.
So, let's look. And then Hurin kind of leans in and kind of looks eye to eye with Zephyr's petrified form. Well, she is still in there. That is good. Other than that, she does appear mostly unharmed, except for a chip on the arm there.
Chip on the old arm there.
Well, I literally lift up my ruby red arm. I'm like, well, figuring she healed this from bones, I think she'll be fine.
My goodness.
No, it's fine. There's another dragon in my brain.
Oh,
It's
Well,
been a
isn't that
crazy
nice?
couple of weeks.
that sounds like it has been. Has it only been a few weeks for you?
Yeah, the Feywild moves way differently. How's that all going?
The
Two
hunt-
queens slap each other yet?
Not that I have heard of. The hunt has taken its efforts towards me, but only the Unseelie hunt. And the Seelie have released hunters of the hunters. So I have
Good.
allies, but also enemies.
I mean, the Unseelie were pretty terrible when we took care of them, so I mean...
They are starting to spoil the calm of the place, though. I think soon I may try to find another plane to call home for a small amount
Well-
of time either way.
Well, if you ever need a place to stay, we'll put you up.
Also, we may have a very pissed off former Blaze Knight that wants to just completely fuck up the Queen of Air and Darkness. He might listen to us when we tell him that all this shit's going on, and you just gave me more ammo for it, so that's nice.
That
Ammo's
is
good.
And then
Now,
I'm pretty sure he would take a whole hobgoblin army to the Feywild just to crush her. So I mean,
now
that might be
Zephyr,
fun.
That sounds interesting. Now, Zephyr, why don't we bring you back to yourself? And I'll cast Greater Restoration on Zephyr,
Yeah, mother.
removing the
What?
petrification.
Great fucking idea, man.
What up, Ryan Guy? And then
So I missed it.
Fuck
How did we get Horin over here? I totally missed that. I'm sorry.
Hurin gave, yeah.
Go ahead. Hurin gave Zephyr
You're
a special.
muted, dear.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I do.
There
I
it is,
got
go.
a ring from Horin because I said, at the end of this adventure, I need to atone. And I would like to atone with you. And so he gave me a ring out of his scales so that I can turn it to summon him.
Ah, nice. Well, that worked out.
And
How
I
we
can
got him
make
in,
fear with it.
That's how we got him in the
Make him-
court, right?
You can make fear with it?
I can negate fear.
Oh, negate fear. Nice. Very cool. I like it. I like it a lot.
And so he kind of kneels down and puts his head close to yours, Zephyr, and gently moves the branches aside. There. That is a little better, is it not?
She just takes a breath in and then just kind of grabs her arm, realizing that it really hurts, and she's like, yeah, hi, Huron. Thank you.
Of course.
Ooh, all
You
right.
can't atone if you're stoned now, can you?
Can't atone if you're stone. You heard it here first.
I promise we won't do that to you all the time.
Yeah,
I'm
definitely want to make it feel special whenever you show up.
Sorry, we had to summon you for this.
I'm more than happy to come at the need. The only thing I would say is it is getting more difficult to transport between the planes. There's a thinness in places, and barriers go thicker in others.
We're working on that.
Please be careful, Huron.
We are concerned with the thick.
I would advise you to do the same.
Yeah, I'll try to remember full use of my abilities next time.
Sounds like it's been interesting since I last saw you. Now,
I've been evolving my skills.
while I am here, why don't we all take a small break and you can tell me of your adventures. And with that, he's going to cast
Hell
Hero's
yeah!
Feast.
Oh shit! Yeah.
So you guys watch as he dips his horn down, and as he taps the ground with it, this small tree starts to grow, and it grows into a table as the table reaches out and flattens out, and like this almost shimmering glimmer gossamer goes over it, and all of like where you would see like the grain of wood underneath that is instead like this golden sheen, almost with this similar to the scales of Huron, as you guys all sit down to eat, and it's the most delicious food once again. It's been a while since you've had this Hero's Feast. The drink, the grains, everything you can imagine is super, super good.
I'm
all
going
of
to.
Go ahead.
Sorry. No, go ahead.
I was going to say,
Continue.
you guys are instantly cured of all diseases, poisons. You become immune to being poisoned, immune to being frightened, and you have advantage on wisdom saving throws for the next, I think it is 24 hours, next 24 hours. And then
We roll 2d10s, yeah?
I'll go and roll the 2d10 since Huron cast it. That's pathetic. That's better. You guys gain 7 HP added on top of your maximum number of hit points. That also lasts for the next 24 hours.
You said 7 HP?
7 HP, extra 7.
That's super sweet.
I'm going to try to grab in shock driver boy to bring him out to calming Kirin aura, and B, I'm gonna be like, hey, if this guy like is just full of evil, I mean, we did literally just unpossess him, but if he's still full of evil, let me know.
Huron takes a look.
Help him out.
Well, there are. Thank you for the 1,000 bits. I forgot I had notifications turned on, and that scared the shit out of me.
Got
Oh, man.
him.
Amazing. All right, so as Huron looks towards him, he's like, he carries wounds and a deep pain, but I don't sense any evil left.
Unfortunately, he literally just saw 2 of his friends explode and demons come out of them, and 1 tried to come out of him too, but we saved him.
T-pain can be quite the burden.
Please, sir, eat of their feast. And you see, as the kind of stunned guy, he's like, he kind of stops going, look, like, and as Huron speaks to him, the middle distance kind of goes away, as his eyes focus a little bit, and he's, oh yeah, I could eat, I guess. A bit hungry actually. He kind of reaches down, he bites it. As he takes his first bite, it's just, it's this like biscuit, and he's, oh, that's a bit like my gran used to make. It's delicious. And he kind of, as he kind of, oh, that was a good stretch actually. And then as he's eating, he kind of like starts looking around. He's like, I haven't thanked any of you. Well, I've got to thank you very much for saving my life and my horses and.
You're fine, dude. You're. Trust me. You saw some terrible things. It's okay.
that I have. Feeling a little bit better with whatever sort of wonderful mystical being you have here.
Yeah, that happens. Don't worry about it.
It happens. Oh, not to me.
When,
Very,
No, just when Hurin's around, this happens.
very, very pleased to meet you. I'm Amori Silverstone. Sir, madam, or however you call yourself. I'm Hurin, and thank you. Pleased to meet you.
Uza.
Yeah.
While we eat, we need to keep a lookout because there still might be hobgoblin scouts, and I don't want anybody trying to ambush fucking Akirin out of nowhere.
I will position myself at the end of the table and split my time between eating and keeping a lookout. Oh, also, hey, Hurin,
Yes.
I really hate to abuse the fact that you're here. Can I get a greater restoration too? I'm so tired.
Oh. Are all of you suffering from exhaustion?
No, he stayed up during our last sleep to
Yeah,
watch.
I just realized I should have made all of my checks at disadvantage.
How very brave of you. And you feel the greater restoration take hold. And you're just suddenly like that grasping, horrifying tiredness subsides and is replaced with feeling regular. And then with the hero's feast on top of that, you start to feel amazing again.
Guys, I vote that we just have Hurin part of the Dawnforged company.
Johnny,
Just gonna put that out
do you
there.
wear any do you wear any clothes, Hurin?
I've never had the use for them.
Fair enough. I don't know.
I think Hurin's better off not being in constant danger like the rest of us.
Fair.
That's fair. But no, you're an honorary one. You know, if ever anyone asks, you can say, "I'm absolutely part of the Dawnforged company."
Well, I do thank you so much for that. I go to make your perception check, Uza.
I'm helping.
30! Couldn't make it at advantage then.
I already do. I have the Googles.
Oh,
Doesn't
that's right.
matter. I'm
Google.
still helping.
So looking, they're moving exactly at the pace. So this whole ritual takes about an hour. It took about 20 minutes, half an hour to make sure you got all of the traps secure, and then looking over everything, and then with the rituals and ritual casting and everything like that. And so they're now about 3.5, 4 hours away.
Okay. Do I see any scouts?
No, not yet. And it is kind of strange that they are this close and you haven't seen any scouts.
They're probably really good at hiding. Maybe they're invisible.
Did we address what if I detected any magic? We kind of said, what is everybody else doing in this meantime?
Sure. So, did you want to? So, as you completed the spell, you would have noticed that all of her magical items are still magical. The entirety of the fortress, of course, has a magical aura around it as well. You notice all of the magical items on everybody. But her being petrified, she still counts as a creature, just a petrified creature. So she wouldn't necessarily have a magical aura or anything about her that would have told you very much, unfortunately.
Right, well, my focus was the jawbone.
The jawbone had it was basically this kind of fading magical aura, like an intense fading magical aura, and then some a latent kind of natural, like in its bones sort of thing. So you definitely know that there is still a bit of magic left in that jawbone.
Okay. And then does this count as a short rest for the purpose of hit die?
Absolutely, yes.
Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you.
Oh yeah. So you can definitely use all your hit die and everything like that. And don't forget to add your extra. Holy snap! Them hit dice rolling nicely. It's good because you have 1d6 for your hit dice as a wizard, and that's brutal. All right. So at the end of the feast, They're drawing in closer. What the hell?
Holy cow!
How statistically improbable is that? Nicely done.
What the?
That is healing right there.
The
One,
laws of
six,
the
six,
universe
two,
are mine.
Presence of a Kirin, man, does weird things to dice. All right, so with that, you all finish your short rest in the meal. You guys kind of catch Hurin up on what's been going on, and then at the end of it, he kind of puts his head up, and then he kind of, a little alert, he sniffs the air. He's like, "There's a danger coming. There's something that is trying to close the door.
Take off if you gotta.
I must leave you now. Call me again. I will do my best to make it as fast as I can. It may not be as fast as this time."
Fine. Good luck.
Thank you,
With that,
Horan.
He
You
kind
need
of
us, call us.
he bows, and as he does, his entire form kind of rolls forward and spins into like a small ball of nothingness and disappears, leaving just a glitter behind.
He
So cool
glitter
hanging out
bombed
with him.
us.
A little bit, yeah.
I'm sure he's allowed.
In black and
If
white and
anyone-
sparkly. In black and white and sparkly. Black and white and sparkly.
All right. You guys have cured petrification through the summoning of a great ally in Hurin the Kirin.
Yay!
What are we doing now?
Zephyr's turning towards Mesnos and giving him a kiss and calling him an idiot.
Aww.
You guys watch this the purple skin of Mesnos turn like bright flush in the cheeks, and even through his dark purple skin, the blush is so much you can see it and like on the tips of his ears as well. And he's like, "Only for you, an idiot for you." He tries to whisper, but you all end up hearing it anyway.
You also notice,
Yeah,
because he's
do
not
that.
being at all sneaky about this, Bloodscale is obviously not even looking in Zephyr's direction.
Ooh, you're being cold-shouldered.
Alright. So we do have a hobgoblin army we need to look out for, right? That's not good.
Yeah, ready?
Is there any thoughts? It sounds like they could be accompanied by some. Who even knows? If they are not friendly, like they could be full of weird tricks and glyphs and goblins and who knows?
Let's see, what do I got? I do have transport via plants, so if we run into any trouble, I can take us wherever we need to go.
Let's
Mesnos
bail.
also has plane shift.
What's our fallback point then?
Yeah,
I would
where are
say
we gonna end up?
Erie?
That makes sense to
Probably,
me.
Perfect. Do you have any trees that you've marked down that you would be coming out of in the Eyrie?
By the temple.
Perfect. All right.
Isn't the library one big tree?
No, it's a big cylindrical building.
Okay, I thought there was
That's
one.
your
building that was not-
cylinder!
It is one of those, yes. All right.
Gotcha.
So we do have a fallback plan.
Mhm.
Run for a tree and hope it opens.
Hey,
Well, we're in the middle of a forest, so.
hey, Silverhand, Silvermane. Silverhand? I don't know, I've been playing too much Cyberpunk.
Keanu.
Silverstone, sir.
Silverstone,
Aye.
now that you're
Holy
conscious, you
Aye.
might want to, like... Did we discern the fucking poison trap on all of them?
The what?
I think so. Yeah.
Yes, yeah. You guys did do the
Did
trap
we-
on all of them.
Did you guys deactivate those weird runes you were talking about?
They have
Yeah, I
not been
thought so.
dispelled yet.
Oh.
Alright, we may want to get rid of one of those so he can take a cart and get the fuck out of here before a hobgoblin army comes.
Well,
Aye,
that's
that
fair.
would be pretty nice for me. I'm not gonna lie.
It would be nice for you, wouldn't it?
Aye. I think I've had enough for quite a bit.
Oh,
Like
that
not
reminds me.
That's me, but not having to protect you right now would be great.
And I burn a dispel magic on one of them, so we can
Perfect.
get the fuck out of here.
Perfect. And then he's like, "Oh, what do I look for the worms ahead?"
rumbling.
Rumbling.
Just.
Are you headed through the Erie still?
Well, I don't have any cargo or any reason to.
Oh, you know what? Hold on. That reminds me. I have a message I need you to deliver. I'm going to write a note in Auron that says, I'm doing my whole fucking full name, title, the ridiculousness of it, and say, this is the one who's we mentioned in our previous message. He is given safe passage. Give him shelter at the Erie. It has been dealt with. Keep him there and keep him safe. He's been through a lot of shit. And I'm going to wrap it up real tight. I'm going to fucking seal it with my holy symbol. And then I'm going to hand it to him. Okay, you're a messenger. What's your standard rate?
How far away am I going? Where am I dropping this off?
Oh, you know what? Let's make it fair. Here's 10 platinum.
Whoa, hold on.
To deliver message to the fight
pop.
at the Erie. Just a heads up that you're getting a bonus because it might be a little dangerous for you at first. If you see any Aarakocra flying around, tell them that Uza Belinar Skra El Zamzir of the Azure Guard sent you.
Write that down for him, would you?
Yep, and I'm gonna write it all down for him.
I could do that.
Oh, also, you're probably
your
gonna have to
mind?
stay there for a little bit until we get back.
For 10 platinum, I'll stay somewhere for a good long while. 10 platinum pieces. This is actual platinum. I've never actually seen a platinum
I
piece
can tell you
before.
right now, if you keep asking about it, it's probably not going to stay that amount. So just be happy.
Aye, of course. Yeah. Never seen platinum before.
Too much?
I don't know. I don't know anything.
Hey, ride not too fast. Like loud noises and stomping like of horses will draw worms.
Aye.
So
quiet.
So
I can
maybe
do that.
quiet.
I
So
can
quiet.
do that. I can do that. I can definitely do that. And with that, he goes back and he goes into like the little supply room that had the horse feed and everything like that. He gets out an oil can. He starts oiling every like little bit of the wagon as fast as he can. And then while you're writing down your title and everything, and then he hops back up. Like, all right, I'm ready to deliver for you, Uza, sir.
Who's this, sir?
Well, good luck, man, and try not to get in too much trouble on the way out there, all right? And don't accept contracts from weird fucking people, except for us. We're fine.
10 platinum, I'll not be needing to accept any more contracts. Yeah! And then he goes.
Told you
kicks
slow!
off the horse, and they take off at. It's interesting because at first he kicks him up, and they start going into a trot, and then he kind of gives him one more little flick, and then they go into like this half lope where it's a much more gentler sound and just a touch faster, but it isn't a full run, and so he keeps him at this nice medium pace, and as they head out. All right.
I'm gonna drag the other two carriages and just hitch them. I mean, they're already hitched 200 feet behind the thing. It's fine.
Yeah.
They're gonna stay there.
Okay, guys, leaving the horses and everything.
Yep.
Perfect. Taking your own carriage from here on out, I assume.
I thought we were
It's
still
a
staying here.
very
at the Hobgoblin.
Oh,
Are we gonna free the horses, or?
Might as well hold on to him. I mean, enough of us can drive, right?
If we don't need to flee into a different into a tree or in a different plane, wouldn't hurt to have more horses, would it?
Also, we could sell them for some amount of money, I'd imagine.
absolutely.
Fair.
Does anyone else
Somebody
want to
gets
dispel
himself turned
the
into a
runes?
fucking statue again. We could just put him in one of these carriages.
Ew. Not it.
Shade.
Does anyone else have dispel magic?
I will in 3 days.
Taking that as a no, then.
Hang
Pretty
on.
much.
I do not.
I can detect it.
I do.
Alright, you want to take care of one of these runes? Each of these has like a dimensional rune that I think those monsters came through to possess our drivers. I thought we should probably scratch them off these before we do anything else.
Okay, so I cast Dispel Magic and it gets rid of them both, or do I have to cast 2?
So do
I
you-
can cast the other
Go
one
ahead.
if you want.
Perfect. Yeah. So each of you taking a rune then. Yeah. So those you dispel the magical gateway runes.
Cool.
Okay.
Perfect.
Just want to make sure we had that taken care of before something.
Absolutely. Okay, so are you guys gonna sit and wait for it? Are you guys moving forward? What's the plan so I can?
Well, we already have the banner out. We got a beholderkin hanging off the top of this thing.
Sure.
I'm sure Mesnos would enjoy the short rest, even though we technically just had one because of the feast.
Yeah, you can mark that off on him and give him his spells back. All right. So,
Well,
with
going on, I talked to Bloodscale.
Do you?
Sure.
Are you sure you do?
Try.
You might just talk
Alright.
at him.
Oh,
okay,
Lord.
so
Bloodscale, can I talk to you for a moment?
No.
Oh, Lord.
Okay. And I just kind of walk off.
okay, perfect. So, after sitting and waiting for a few hours, as you know, they're not long off. Is anybody doing anything while they approach?
I'm gonna hang out up top, keeping an eye out for scouts,
Perfect.
and just kind of sitting there menacingly with my bow as all these arrows are sticking out of these beholderkin that I have killed.
Perfect. Yeah, perception check. 27. Excellent. So looking around, you still don't see any scouts, and you're kind of, it's super weird. Something to, especially an army of this size not sending out scouts. It's starting to feel a little strange.
Bloodsail is
anything?
just going to take a chair outside and sit next to the door, but outside.
Okay, sitting next to the fortress outside, and then
I'm going to join Uza up on the battlements up top.
Perfect.
Same.
How
Yeah,
long do I get True Sight when I
dang it.
activate that?
What's that?
How long do I get True Sight when I activate that in the goggles?
An hour.
Has it been an hour?
It has, yeah. Yeah, the hour.
And I can do it 3 times in a day, right?
That's correct.
All right. I'm going to hit the True Sight once again.
Excellent. Go ahead and give me a perception check with guidance.
Guidance. Come on, character sheet. Here we go. No, that's not the button. Perception. God, I need to get better. Something to help my perception. 15.
15. Looking around, you kind of you do see the smokestacks getting closer, and then that's kind of no scouts yet.
Okay.
Perfect. And then it's as they get about an hour away, you see a lone rider on the road coming up. Uza, at this point, you would be able to. As soon as it gets within the mile, you can make out the details. It is a hobgoblin. Oh, I made him way too big, but now you guys can kind of see what he looks like. But he has he's wearing like kind of darker green over like kind of more of a plate mail sort of situation, or at least what looks like plate mail. And so you kind of see this lone rider, and he has a banner above that's flying above him that says something in Goblin. Do you speak Goblin?
Nope.
Does anybody speak Goblin?
Zarek does.
Could.
Nice.
Zarek. All right, perfect. So Zarek, as you're kind of looking at the, or so how far is your sight? Do you know, like your standard sight?
That is a great question. It's
Okay.
standard sight.
Standard sight. Okay, so perfect. So
Did I have anything special?
Also, hearing that it's in Goblin, Mesnos will take the 10 minutes to ritual cast Comprehend Languages.
perfect. All right, so both of you, as it gets as this goblin closes in, you can start read the banner, and it says, "In the name of Vrees, the reborn king," instead of Bloody Butcher this time around. I represent him. I speak for him. I have come to talk. And it's basically the gist of it, but it's in a goblin, so it's kind of like a weird way to put it together. There aren't a lot of, but you get it's generally a banner of peace.
Weird cadence.
Yeah, it's a weird cadence, and it's generally a banner of peace. You do recognize that the name reads from the Bloody Butcher, but now it says the Reborn King or Emperor. It's kind of hard
Okay.
for the translation.
Convey that to the party.
Well, that's less ominous than his previous title.
Alright, is it?
I mean, isn't it? Doesn't have bloody in it anymore. I'm gonna sling my bow, and I think we should go meet him on the road. Yeah.
Yeah,
Why?
or we could just wait because we have the advantage, just in case.
Well,
I
mean,
fired the
personally, I feel.
Dawnforged. Oh, I could fire the Dawnforged symbol in the sky. See if
I don't think
Is
they know
that-
who that is.
Whichever one of you's good at talking, come down here.
Yeah.
alright, I'll be there in a second.
I'll go with him.
Perfect.
I'll come down too.
I would
Better
prefer
not to yell at
somebody
someone
stay
from the
up there
bottom of the-
for like ranged attacks. That'd be cool. Whatever.
I'll stay up then.
Perfect. And
Obviously doesn't want me.
so you stay up there. Mesno stays up with
No,
you.
No, he literally has no idea who's coming down. He's still 40 feet down.
From your previous shit, she
I
got
know.
the gist.
But he's still 40 feet down, and he's not directing that at anybody. He's just like, maybe I just need somebody who could talk. Good.
So good. All right.
So good.
Can't use my
So
persuasion.
good.
And then, so riding up on with the banner, how close do you guys want to let him get to you before announcing yourselves?
Do you want me to fire up the Dawnforged symbol in the sky? Just announce our arrival?
I mean, can't hurt, right? We have a giant tower with a flag and a beholderkin on it, but can't hurt.
Alright, I'm gonna shoot it up in the air.
The symbol forms, and the rider continues forward. Starts to kick up into a little bit of a trot to get closer, quicker.
I think
Oh wait,
I'm just gonna walk up to there.
I'll go with him.
Perfect.
Same niece.
Perfect. Are you coming as well, Zadok? And Ulu?
Yes, sorry.
Perfect. Okay. Ulu, where are you heading? Are you staying back? Coming with?
I'm gonna stay back.
Perfect. All right. So as the four of you arrive, the rider gets about here, then jumps off of his horse, and you can see a military precision in his movements, very carefully crafted. You see there's the symbol. There's some strange symbols on his chest as he has like a tabard that goes over. The tabard itself is a dark green, and as he hops down, he immediately goes into a full bow. He bows so deep that his long hair almost brushes the ground, but his legs stay perfectly straight as he kind of almost all the way over from standing, and then all the way back
Bloodscale's
up.
axe is on his back, and he has his hands on one on top of each other, just at his waist.
Perfect. Yeah.
Trying not to look,
Perfect.
he could fight, but he's not planning on it.
Perfect. Okay.
Type stance.
And then as he completes his bow, he first says something in Goblin, and he's like, "Do you all speak Goblin?"
Sorry, if you speak common, that might be easier for all of us. If you do speak common.
So for those of you who don't speak, he's like, "Gostof nada kalifinada." Common it is. I have come ahead of what you can see, the great army of the Reborn King. My name is Drelzadar Nash.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. We're the Dawnforged company. General do-gooders extraordinaire. No, we've been expecting your arrival. Actually, there's been many great wheels turning, great machinery of history is grinding towards you. Actually, would you mind? We'd like to just know some more about where it is your army is headed and what your purpose is, if that's okay.
These can be answered in time. First, And then he reaches into the like a satchel on his horse. Sit with me, and I will explain. And with that, he snaps, and a bonfire instantly appears in front of him. He throws down some logs into the fire, and then he just methodically starts setting up. It's like one of those pitched like pot holders, and then he pulls out a delicate, intricate, inlaid like pot. That has like all these sort of designs. It's like a black cast iron like kettle, but has gold designs worked into it.
Tea ceremony, got it.
And he sets it on there. And as the water starts to boil, he looks up and he's like, "Do you prefer sweetened or sugar?" And he reaches in and he pulls out another cast iron thing. But as he pulls off, inside are sugar cubes. And he sets it to the side. "I hear it is something that is preferred in these regions of the world." And then he
Bloodscale's eyes switch from blue to silver, and he's not hiding it.
Okay. You see,
Yeah, right. I'll take a cube of sugar in mine if that's all right.
very well. As you switch, you do see one of his eyebrows goes up and then goes back down. The rest of his face completely not even registering, other than a single eyebrow. And then he kind of sits on his like cross-legged, and then kind of leans forward on his knees as he starts to. He takes first a patch from his hip, and he takes dried leaves and he puts them over, and then starts dropping them into the kettle. And as he does, you see he does it in a like a very circular motion, and then he kind of like crosses over and back. And is anybody proficient with religion? Of the four of you?
Nope.
Okay.
Nope.
And you can definitely tell that there's definitely a ceremony to this as he is doing this in a very careful manner. And then he puts the lid on, and then he sits, and then he closes his eyes, and then opens them back up. I thank you for your patience.
No, it looked like you were doing a ritual. Do you mind filling us in on the significance of this event?
This is so that we may understand each other better. The ritual is to make it so that, in the hopes that there will be no missed communications between us. It is a hope that by slowing down, taking our time at the very beginning of our interactions, that we will find we miss less of the words that each other say, and find the meaning behind all of it that we do hear.
All right. Well,
Please.
fingers crossed it worked, huh?
Sit. And as he gestures to sit, he pulls out like these small pillows for each of you to sit on around the fire in the middle of the road here.
Sure.
I'll sit down.
Seems fair.
And you notice the pillows are made of very fine silk. They've been clearly made specially for this sort of kind of ceremony thing when it comes to his whole purpose. And
Pretty
fine
dexterous. I'm gonna sit down the same exact way that he is.
perfect. And then
Yeah, same.
perfect. And so you're able to sit cross-legged in the same way, but also on the pillow at the same time. Do you sit on the pillow or off the pillow?
Is he on a pillow?
He is not on a pillow.
Sit on the pillow. I don't want to insult the gift.
Okay. Perfect. After a while, the tea continues to boil as he kind of. Now, hopefully, our communications and our speak will go well. And he reaches into his pack and he pulls out small cups made of like this fine porcelain that also has a kind of like a gold inlay to it, and then he kind of hands to each of you. The inlay on it is a flame that starts at the base and comes up, but as the flame reaches, and it seems to kind of curve into petals floating out of the flames as he hands one cup to each of you.
Thank you. So this whispering's going on.
He pours each of you a cup of tea. It's a light green tea, as he does this also very methodically. And then he holds the sugar cubes to each of you. So to Vicer, he pulls out some tongs and then drops one in, and then looks at you expectantly.
All right, stir it into the tea.
Disintegrates easily, and then without gesturing for another one, he moves on to the next person. Anybody else? I don't think anybody else requested sweetener, so he'll put that down.
Bloodscale waves it off, and then his eyes turn to red.
Perfect. Again, you get a single eyebrow. He sits down.
No sugar for me, thank you. Trying to
Very
cut
well.
down.
Yeah, he's fat
True.
for a
No.
bird.
No.
The quarantine
I'm-
was not good to me. Or Rita.
Feel that, fam.
That was the most heartfelt sigh I've heard in a while.
I felt that in my bones.
Mm.
And then so at that point,
This year will be different.
oh, man.
All right, less
Last
depressing,
year
more
was
D&D. Let's
different.
go.
So that's at this point he's like, I am sure that you have many questions for me.
That's true.
I will trade you a question for a question. To start, what is your question?
Well, what is the purpose of the marching army?
Freeze has brought the might of the Hobgoblin Nation, the entire city and everything at his might to stand against a growing threat coming from another dimension, another realm. He seeks to unite those races who are not yet under his influence.
Oh, that's... I don't mean to be too picky, but that is a half answer. I would like to know what the threat is, for that is the true purpose.
The threat is a god of nightmares. One
Fantastic.
who would sleep inside of your own brain and turn you against those you love. Apparently, there was a... Between his death and rebirth, there was something that he saw in this threat coming to our world, and decided that it was his purpose to stop it.
Alright. Well, you had a question?
Do any of you represent a city or state? Or are you adventurers for hire?
We are adventurers for hire, but we do have many connections in cities and with states, such as the Erie and Kern. We also have ties to the Desert Spear Orcs.
These are all good things.
Yeah, yeah, no, yeah.
With the return of the Emperor, there are many... there has been a long time between the time of his departure and his current state. I must ask, are any of these that you know opposed to goblin-like creatures and or orc-like creatures? I know the Desert Scar has once been an ally in the past, but it has been a very long time since we've had to reach out to anyone as an ally.
Can I answer this one?
Yeah. I look over expectantly at Uza and Bloodscale, like, do you guys know anything? And then, yeah, let you take the lead on it.
The Erie, as we have come to not only learn, but assist them with their trials against us, the same god of nightmares, while not willing to be under rule, would very much likely be willing to be allies in this cause. Kern used to be full of terrible racist dwarves who were actually Slod, or I think they were the Slod, or is that meant?
No,
I don't
space
know.
worms.
Space worms, yes, weird worms who we ousted, effectively overthrew their government, instilled a new government which is far less racist, because we'll fucking kick their ass if they decide to be racist again. Again, though, will probably not be willing to accept being under rule, but would, again, most very likely accept being allies in this fight.
Allies, not subjects.
Yes.
Yeah. Which is pretty fair, don't you think?
Since you are all adventurers for hire, I do have a proposition that I was told to give to any that I came across.
We're already fighting the same thing you are.
This is good.
However, our tact is probably different.
That is okay. There are many ways to skin a cat, as I have heard said in this region.
I
We are
think it's
currently... Oh, yes.
probably our turn for a question, though.
Absolutely.
However, as you were just... I'm sorry, I interrupted. No, please
No.
continue what you were saying.
By all means, I did not mean to overstep.
No, that was me being rude.
Yeah, we'd like to hear what you have to say.
I've been told to give a proposition to any adventurers that I can find within these next 2 days. And he pulls out a piece of paper. And he's like, we are being attacked in our camp to the north by strange giants made of mist and darkness. And he kind of hands it over. And you see there's a bounty, and it says, there are these, and it has like this picture of like this giant and it's not like the Night Walkers. It's almost like this rolling storm cloud with a head and body that is, but in the inside of that storm cloud that makes up its body, you can see there's all of these like skeletons and faces and skulls and a black that fades to like this black and sparkling dark blue and purple lights in the inside of the roiling storm. And then it says, bounty 500 gold per giant.
All right. What has been going on with these things?
He nods anything. As to answer your question, they have come from seemingly the skies and are waylaying us once we made contact with a certain group that we had bought supplies from. The Vries has made a connection and has decided that once we had communication with them, our enemy had come aware of our purpose as a marching army. That is when we replaced our scouts with ones such as myself, diplomats, to come and represent the hobgoblins ahead of time, for there will be hopefully more words than ever there will be fighting, for we all...
Let me guess, Cole Ramov and the Gilded Cleaver.
To answer your question, yes.
Oh, alright, so this is just free information. If you have anyone who has true sight or can see, past the veil, we recently discovered that attacked. I don't see anything right around him, right? Like, I don't see a little goblin or nobody, right? I double check everything real quick.
Yeah, you don't see anything that would kind of trigger. You don't see anything around him. You do say that, like, the staff that he has is Zarek would. No, that all wore off. Never mind. You do see, yeah, he doesn't have anything with true sight that of like any extra plane of forces inflicting anything upon him.
Okay. You look. This there has been a tactic that Phobator has been known to use, and that is he has little extra planar goblins. They're not on our plane, they're on another plane, but they can see imps, and they can see and hear and report back to him who you are, what you're doing. And he's also quite masterful with runes, so anything that you've got from the Golden Cleaver, I would check, double check, triple check everywhere you can with as much true sight as you can. You might be able to find imps, glyphs, something is there. He probably has a way to track you. He's not all powerful, he's just very crafty and very hard to see, hard to get a hold of.
Excellent. And he pulls out like a journal. He starts scribbling in it in the goblin hand, which looks strange and like kind of almost violent as he kind of uses like this inkwell and slaps it on.
Yeah, do you want to show him the rune of possession?
Oh, yeah, they'll look like this, and I pop open minor illusion of the rune, the one that the door room for him to draw, and then I'm gonna pop up the goblin, or the imp, I mean, and what the imp looks like.
He sketches it
rough size. This should be the exact size of them too. They're quite small.
He writes down. You see, he writes down a few numbers and stuff, and like actually.
You might also want to show him the thing that burst out of the drivers.
Oh Lord, this is the worst. When we say possession, it's not just like a spiritual force. Can I actually do a little like army man-sized version of this guy's like a foot tall version of a person's head popping open with this bug in it?
Yes, yeah, absolutely. So you do the full, and he just kind of stares and writes.
So be wary of that as well.
Also, see this dead beholder thing that's hanging off the tower?
Yes.
That's one of the
Yeah.
weaker ones.
No, that's not a thing that popped out of a thing. That is a thing he was trying to get into the city of Kern because he knows they're allied against him already.
Very well.
So
And there's a
beholder
bigger
is
one that was just a skull and way more powerful.
far,
I
far
see.
worse.
Turned a friend of ours into stone.
Into stone.
Oh,
She
Jeez.
got better.
he's
Yeah.
quite serious.
So, alright. Was that our question or your question? I know I answered. I just gave you some free information, but anything to mess with Vomitor, really.
Or are we less questions and more just a discussion now?
This has proven that we are able to speak on more friendly terms than trade. Please, let information flow between us freely.
Great. You guys aren't looking to conquer anyone, are you?
Unfortunately, my tongue is bound by my oath. I can say nothing more than to other statesmen than I've already
Detect
revealed.
thoughts.
Go ahead and...
I was gonna raise my hand on that one.
Sure.
He is the Azure Guard of the Eyrie. I mean, technically, he is a statesman.
Okay, so you raise your hand. What do you say? And go ahead
Oh,
and
did
cast
you have
your
anything
detect
for
thoughts.
Zach first, or?
Zach, detect thoughts. Now, with your Zerai, does it shun the verbal, somatic, and material components?
It doesn't mention anything about that.
Let me double check.
I know
Just
with
'cause-
the Mage Hand, Githzerai was
Yeah, it's just
It's-
automatic and invisible. I remember that part. I just couldn't remember if detect
Yeah.
thoughts was. I think it is. I just want to
I'm
make
not
sure
why- Yeah,
because I
you're
want to
fine.
know exactly what he. And I'll give you the choice to cast it or not, depending on the answer, because I know it like because I think it's just. I just want to make sure for future references and stuff.
It says innately casting
Yeah.
shield and detect thoughts.
Innately sounds pretty innate.
Mm-hmm.
See, you cast a cantrip. The mage hand is invisible. You cast and use this trait. Let's see. When you cast it, you can cast detect
It
thoughts.
says they don't require components, but it doesn't say.
So those would be those are verbal components, somatic components, material components. So you eschew those, so you can just do
Okay.
this. So go ahead
Nice. Sweet.
and scrape the top surface of the thoughts, and let's see. There's no saving throw or anything for this. I don't. Oh, it is a. All right. Are you grabbing the surface, or are you trying to probe to make him make some saving throw?
Surface, because I assume that at the point he's saying, I can't tell you my secrets, there might be secrets in there.
Okay. Perfect. So at the moment where
I
he's
was like, damn it.
and then so at the moment where he's thinking this, he is he's actually thinking, I wish more statesmen were like you, or most are not as understanding or welcoming. But he doesn't say that part out loud. But you can keep up to a minute on thoughts. So
Yeah, well, and then as, I guess when the appropriate amount of time has passed for this to be an action, not finding the nature of what he's not telling us, I would probe.
okay, perfect. At the meantime, Uza, what are you doing?
I'll just simply raise my hand.
He nods to you.
My name is Uza Belinar Zemir Zunder Skrile. I am the champion of Akkadi and of the Azure Guard. And I speak for the denizens of the elemental plane.
Are you speaking on behalf and able to make treaties and or officially binding contracts for them?
Binding contracts is not really our thing, unfortunately. As a
This-
follower of Akkadi, we prize freedom above all. I can speak to our knowledge and our intent, but I cannot bind someone else to my will or anyone else's.
Excellent. Unfortunately, I must be able to speak to those who can make decisions. I apologize.
Alright, so I just want to throw this out there, right? We may not be heads of state. We are the tip of the spear when it comes to fighting Phobator. We've been at this for a couple of years. We believe we have
I don't think
the
it's been
best.
years.
It's been
Feels-
literal years.
Yeah, literal years. But I mean, in game, I think it's been like
we've been at this quite a while, and ultimately, it is our hope that the Dawnforged company banner will be one that unites the different factions we've talked about so far. We know the leadership in each of the places we've talked to, not just a little bit, but intimately. Kern, the leaders of Kern bend their ear to us. Those in the Eyrie have experienced, know us and would listen to us in any situation. We are as close to being diplomats as you could possibly get. And I really think that if we share information now, we can prevent a lot of tragedy, and we can get things done here that won't have the same level of emotion and misunderstanding that people normally run into in these situations. If we can convince you to share this knowledge with us, I don't think it would break any honor that you might hold, and I think that we can ultimately get the best outcome for the hobgoblins as well as everyone else.
I apologize if I am not clear. And he pulls up a necklace. This is enchanted so that I am not able to speak.
I'm gonna write a quick note to oh god, what's
All right, and then Zadok.
what's the guy in the
Okay, go ahead.
sorry, sorry, what's the guy in Kern that has the bottle?
Okay, it says
Alcaeus?
the bottle. But
Yeah,
he's a-
I'm gonna write a note to Alcaeus asking if he can send over an official diplomat paperwork for Vicer on behalf of Kern.
Sure.
And then I'm gonna send it in the
Absolutely. Okay.
and I'm gonna say as fast as you possibly can.
Perfect. Okay, and then so probing
Lives
deeper.
could hang in the balance.
Probing deeper. That's
So,
a wisdom
Ty,
saving throw.
Real quick, I didn't realize that no matter what, if I probe, he's aware of my invasion.
Yeah.
So I'll leave it to your discretion to make me do it anyway, but I would not, at this point, I'm not trying to give away the probing
Let's see. As an action, you can use
or
the shift your
the
attention.
detect thoughts.
So
Yeah.
for the duration,
I
you can
wanna
read the
be real
thoughts.
stealthy about the probing here. I don't want my target to know that
Hold
he's
on.
being probed.
Let me read this real quick. For the duration, you can read certain
Sure.
creatures' thoughts. When you cast the spell, and as your action on each turn until the spell ends, you can focus your mind on any one creature that you can see within 30 feet of you. If the creature has chosen intelligence of 3 or less, it doesn't speak any language, it's ineffective. You initially learn the surface thoughts of the creature, what is most on its mind at that moment. As an action, you can either shift your attention to another creature or attempt to probe deeper into the same creature's mind. If you probe deeper, they make a wisdom saving throw. If it fails, you gain an insight into the reasoning if any of its emotional state and something that looms large in its mind, such as something it worries over, loves, or hates. If it succeeds, the spell ends. Either way, the target knows that you are probing into its mind unless you shift your attention to another creature's thoughts. The creature can use this action on its turn to make an intelligence check contested by your intelligence check. So that's if it fails. If you try to probe and it makes its saving throw, he's going to know. But for right now,
Well,
you're
it's just
safe.
either way,
No, it says either way.
Oh, either way, yeah. Yeah, if you make the
fail
decision.
or success.
Yeah, if you make the decision to probe,
If
it
I
knows.
probe, he knows.
Yes.
So, not probing.
Not probe.
Unless,
Okay.
Again, I said I was doing it.
No.
Okay. Fair enough.
No worries.
Okay. So I'm just going to keep passively reading.
Perfect. And then so he's like, so as far as the contracts for the giants, is this something?
Bloodscale's doing a fun thing in the chat.
Oh, perfect. And as you are flashing through the eye colors, he doesn't know what to do with it. He seems a little confused, but then he's like, as far as the contracts on the giants, which, if you are looking to speak to Vries, would maybe give you an in to speak to him directly, and maybe he will have the freedom of tongue that I do not. And Zadok, you feel the... Yeah, it's like this surface level of, please.
Did I get any idea from the dragons?
So the dragons are all desperately trying to think of anything that would give you statehood. But
I know. I just need a try it or don't try it from them.
let's see. As you get to the green, she's a. You can always claim to represent the Froskin clan.
No, I had a different idea.
Just a thought. That's something he probably couldn't check on, though.
You can check on being the fucking prism of dragons either.
Prism
that's-
of Dragon.
Finally, you got it. I've said it before.
Oh,
I missed it. I apologize.
That's much more than a mere title or clan.
But he doesn't know that, and that'd be cool.
So, and then so as he nods to
Make
the
him
paper.
Space Pope, damn it.
Is the space post reptilian?
Well,
Space Pope.
at the very least, we need to talk to Freeze about his time as the Blaze Knight and how we're going to deal with the Queen of Air and Darkness in the Feywild.
You see, he goes to speak, and he's like, and Zadok, you catch off the topic. It's like the Queen and battling her would get you far, but he's not able to like speak it out loud, and he just nods.
You know, he might be interested in the fact that there's kind of a war going on over there too that he might be able to take advantage of and get his revenge that he would enjoy.
He nods again, and Zadok, you catch his thoughts where he's like, he would be very much interested to know that.
And maybe, maybe even be, she does have an item that I can perfectly describe that's made of a very rare material, just like this bracer's made out of, that might be very easy to track.
I mean,
If only we could talk to him.
he nods again, and once again he's like, please take the job, please, in his mind. And then he kind of folds up the contract. So a door can be opened with a simple task, and from what you say, this should be a very easy task for you, yes?
I have 2 more questions, if I may.
course.
One, how's Pavix? Not 100% sure who that is, but like deep down in my brain, I'm a little worried about him. Is he cool?
He kind of like tilts his head, like, how the fuck do you know that? And he's like, and then he goes to speak, and like, Pavix is also returned.
Awesome. I don't know 100% what that means, but if he's doing good, then awesome.
Bloodscale would remember this though, because
Yeah, but and
fucking there.
you definitely remember that. And he's like, Pavix is the Emperor's
Hawk, right?
hawk.
Falcon?
He scouts. He is a blood hawk, but now
Yeah.
also wreathed in flame as his master is.
Shit, that's cool.
Oh, so he kept blaze abilities.
Yes, he is still reborn of fire.
Good to know.
That's awesome. And then my second question, which I wrote down and then quickly lost. Is there a General Zilgrit with your army?
Yes.
I don't. Oh, cool. Will you tell him that the 2 of us say hello? It's been a while since we've seen him. Also, tell him we got 3 more beholders under our belt, so no big deal.
May I have your names? And he opens his like this kind of like, yeah, it looks like it's like a folded journal, and he pops it open, but he flips to a point and then like rolls it open, so like it's been like folded up inside, and he rolls down kind of like a parchment like thing. Your names, please.
Well, he would know me as Uza Scrile. I didn't have all that middle business yet.
He starts to scroll it, and you
Bloodscale.
let's scale. And he-
I didn't have my long ass title either, but I also haven't shared it. So
Do you wish me to put a title?
no, he wouldn't know it.
Okay. And he
Of
kind
the Dawnforged
folds it
company.
up, and then
Yeah, you can put up the Dawnforged company. It's
Yeah.
for both of us.
Yeah. Tell him we
Crazy.
fought that bitch together.
that bitch together.
I'm actually gonna hold up the little ear of the drow.
He raises an eyebrow, not a whole eye. That'd be really weird.
Yeah, that'd be really weird. It's a beholder. It's no big deal. I could talk to my friends through it and put it back in.
Excellent. And then it's at this point he's getting close to the. You're all actually getting close to the end of your tea, and as he sips it, he stands up and he gives you another bow. And with this trade of information, I'm afraid I must continue forward to speak to those as a forward diplomat. Although with what you say is very enheartening, I will do the best I can to make sure that the goals that we all seek are met.
Well, before you go,
Of course.
blood scale of the Draconic Prism can guarantee conditional allegianceship, but I would need a meeting first.
I am unfamiliar with the land of the Draconic Prism. Where is it located?
Is there anything in the bottle?
Not yet, unfortunately, no.
Bloodscale is just gonna hold up the arm with the bracer on it. Unfortunately, it's a bit scattered at the moment.
Then
However, he shifts to green, and he's gonna say this in Sylvan, even though he's
Yeah.
pretty sure that this guy can't speak Sylvan.
Mhm.
I'm trying to figure out what he was gonna say. That. Fucking now I'm blanking. Shit.
Okay. All good. And he'll be continuing.
It's in Sylvan though, so I mean it might
Sure.
not.
They are a country in exile.
I'm just gonna say, scattered across the plains, and unfortunately tethered by those stupid fucking death trees.
He kind of gives you a small bow. And back in Sylvan, he's like, and it's very halting Sylvan, like he barely knows it. Like he's like,
It's freshman
The-
Sylvan.
exactly, yeah, exactly.
Thank
And so he's
you. The bathroom is by the there. Yes?
kind of. He says the trees, purple, found killed. And he kind of raises his
I will shift back to common. Vicer, can you show him one of the stupid fucking trees?
Absolutely. And pop open the first one with the kid with the tree growing out, and then the second one that the giants were protecting. Small and in front of him, but so he can see.
This is worrying. We have found one similar.
Well, you have. That would be good. Would you mind telling us where it is or giving us coordinates? We'd love to go see it, take care of it, do what we can to get rid of it for you.
So hold on.
Has been
The first one that he showed you that was coming out of a boy,
Yes.
Yeah.
due to not being in a state of advanced decay, we were actually able to rescue the boy.
That's true.
The second one was unfortunately too far advanced, and we were not able to rescue the person, but we were able to deal with it.
That
That's true.
is unfortunate. The one that was found was not in a state of decay yet, but was brutally destroyed.
Ours was far
Yeah.
less brutal and more magic.
Does that mean you
removed.
cut it down, though? Does that mean you've destroyed it? The hobgoblins have destroyed it.
We as a people did dispose of the one that was in our presence.
How'd you do that?
I was not there. I have only heard that others might speak of this and to let them know that the one that we have found was destroyed.
And when was this?
This
I hate to say this. Do I believe him that it was destroyed?
Yeah, go roll an insight check.
Which I'm terrible at, which is why I hate to say it. It would be a 2. It rolled.
No, actually, he seems perfectly, in candor and everything. And you notice there was no hesitation, as if it was like forbidden
I mean,
knowledge that he
Sarah
couldn't
could
speak.
probably tell if it was surface level truthful or not.
Yeah, so far, like,
Been
Zarek,
longer than a minute.
yeah, but Zarek, at the end of it, you did catch him trying to, it ended right as he was trying to put together Sylvan, with Common, and it was really funny for him to, like, because you heard, like, no, fuck, no, it was shit. But underneath his cool exterior, you kind of got the behind the scenes that he was trying to translate in his brain.
Why are there so many different words for tree? God damn it!
Exactly.
The shrubbery?
This was maybe a month ago.
Right? Does that, I look over at Bloodscale, like, does that sound anything?
First one we found was months ago.
Yeah, that's true, that's true. Do we know what would happen if one was completely destroyed, though? Would the dragon in it be...
Probably not. It's honestly, it seems to just be a large magic
Alright.
centralized point. I mean, the last dragon you gave me by shooting me with fire a lot.
That's true, that's true. You're right, it's probably fine. Okay. I hate to bring it back to this, but we are... Your army is awfully close to the Eyrie now.
Yes.
Can you not give us any assurance that you won't attack the Eyrie?
That is depends on what the diplomats at the Eyrie say.
See, that sounds like you're gonna serve them some sort of ultimatum, and that'll lead to violence. And here's the thing: as much as I would love to just not be involved in any of this, if the hobgoblins and the Eyrie start fighting, Phobator's basically won already. Like I can't emphasize enough how much that we need everyone to not start a war right now. There is too big of a war going on right now with Phobator.
A
Do you see?
compelling argument that you should make to the right person.
This is not an argument. This is a fact. This is a straight up no holds barred. As the sun comes up and goes down each day, this is true.
Vicer, I believe he's saying it's not a decision he can make.
How can you? Who can make that decision? And is that person with your army?
Yes.
Yes,
We have his name on the banner over there.
Can you get him here as fast as possible?
I am unfortunately bound to be the forward scout, the diplomat, as it were, the head of the army. As I said, if you maybe participate in the hunting of the giants, you will is much faster way to speak to somebody who is able to return and address your fears.
See, here's the thing, though. As much as I want to, we're down to kill giants all day, every day. That's our bread and butter. We don't mind doing that at all. But if we go to fight these giants and then you all plow onto the Eyrie and then start a war before I can talk to someone, that's not going to help anyone now, is it?
You will be fighting alongside us, not by yourselves.
So no one in the army is going to go to the Eyrie while we do this.
It depends on how long this takes.
I need some sort of guarantee there, because again, we can't. That's our thing. We can't help you do this if there's no guarantee that at least before we can talk to somebody that you won't start a war.
It is not a promise I can make to you. It sounds like
Is the discussion with those who are in charge before or after the hunt?
It would be immediately after.
So, that is just so obnoxious. You know that, right?
Do you already
nods.
have a location of these giants?
That we take the job.
Yes.
I recommend we help them.
I agree.
Do you
with
already
that.
have the location of these
course.
giants?
Yes.
Of course we want to help them. I just want them to promise that they're not going to fucking start a war while we're gone. Which it seems like it should be
Zark's
easy
gonna
enough.
give Vice a look of I recommend that we go with them.
We don't have a choice. Of course we're gonna go with
I
him.
still have a couple questions about the job.
Yes. And at this point, he starts taking the tea and packing it up and everything. Yes, what can I answer for you?
How many allies can we expect with us?
I'd say probably around 15 to 20 allies.
All hobgoblin-based, other adventuring parties?
We have not
Make
been
up.
able to find any other adventuring parties. I have not come across any adventurers on my wake. As far as I know, they will be completely the hobgoblins. Some foot soldiers, a captain, maybe a devastator or two.
You're gonna probably need more than foot soldiers, given the challenge ahead. Are there any healers?
There are devastators, and the captains do have they do have potions. There will be one war cleric, maybe two, depending on the resources and how they are allocated.
I'm sorry, I missed that last part. What?
Well, we may not be able to talk to your returned emperor. Can we at least talk to Zilgrid?
I believe he will be one of the very first people that you will talk to after the task has been completed.
Ugh.
We may need to talk to him before.
Then I wish you luck, and when the rest.
It's real easy to abandon responsibility, isn't it? Oh, Lord. All right.
With you say abandon responsibility, he like hones in, and you can tell he's taken considerable offense at what you've said.
Let's
He
hold
packs
on
up.
a second.
And as he's putting everything in, he mounts his horse.
Wait.
Oh, it's fine.
What?
Look,
Hold
he's
on.
clearly
Wait,
said we need
just
to go hunt those, and he
hold
can't,
on.
he
Wait,
can't
right
and won't
there.
do anything for
Calm
us. So,
down.
like, let's
Calm
get
down.
on the hunt and do them a favor so that we can stop the world from
Can you do
ending.
magic real quick?
Look at it
In
this
your
way.
comic, I'm
This
asking
is a
fast
show.
What's up, my sir?
God,
No, it's
fuck.
not going to do that.
Damn.
Look at it this way. This is a show of good faith towards the hobgoblins. If they want to see if we're
I
just
know
some-
exactly what it is, and I don't mind doing it. What I do mind is the complete, like, abdication of anything that could possibly stop a war from happening that could lead to the end of the world. That's my frustration. I'm all for doing the giants. That's never gonna matter. We'll knock that out, no problem. I'm all for that. I'm all for helping the hobgoblins. I'm all for hobgoblin prosperity and peace throughout the land. We are in no way these people enemy. I'm the I'll be the best supporter they ever had. What I'm just frustrated with is this idea that not a thing can be done to stop an imminent war, so that we have to go, like, prove ourselves yet again. Which, again, I'm fine with if we could just get some sort of guarantee that they're not going to attack the friggin' Eyrie.
So,
And I'm frustrated with this. No offense, man. Like, you've done what you can, and I see that you're bound, and it's just so frustrating that those above you would leave you so, like, shackled when it comes to doing anything that could actually help stop this whole thing from getting worse.
So Zark's going to hold up a hand to Vicer and say, "Give me 1 minute." And I'm going to walk over to, because Drelzadar is kind of leaving-ish, right?
Mm-hmm.
Set apart. Okay, so in Goblin, I'm going to tell him, I'm going to speak to him, say, "Friend, you're magically bound from telling us more information, the kind of information that would help assuage my friend's fears. I can probe your mind to bypass that if you'd be willing."
He kind of looks when in Goblin. My mind and what I do are honor bound to do the task that I was given by my emperor, divine sent and reborn in fire. This is not something I can betray. I hope you have enough or know of honor enough to know that which binds me I cannot easily set aside. I do thank you for your time. I have a task, and am honor bound to move forward. And he kind of bows to you and starts to ride away.
Did he tell us where to meet the people for the hunt?
It's on-
Drelzadar.
he gave you a full like bounty, like so
Great.
it has all the information on it.
Drelzadar,
I'm
may I see your
Bound.
banner for a
Return.
moment?
He kind of raises an eyebrow.
I
what
may not
purpose?
be a statesman that can grant treaties and the such, but I am a citizen of the Eyrie and a guardian. And I can grant you safe passage so that you may deliver your message and speak to those that you look for.
I appreciate this.
And I'll write on his banner in Auran, and I'm going to tell him what it is as I do it. This messenger is granted safe passage by full title of the Azure Guard to the Eyrie.
He nods and thank you. And then
And
rides. Oh, yes.
thank you for your patience. I wish you the best of luck in the Eyrie.
And for yours. I'm sorry I tested it so thoroughly. And he continues to ride.
You better let them know he's coming in case he's bringing messages of war.
I don't
And then with
think I
that,
don't have any way to let them know.
it's
I
9:25.
thought you could.
Ah,
I
we're
thought
gonna
we
go
could
ahead.
talk to somebody in the Eyrie. Don't we have a message bottle there too?
You guys
well.
have currently both Percy and Maverick flying to the Eyrie.
Messenger birds.
Ah, okay.
But they
Can't
don't
send
know
a
about
message.
this.
Can't send a message to the messengers. Could send Faf.
I mean, you could, yeah. If somebody.
Well, we
speaks
also
Draconic.
have to worry about the birds coming back and finding us.
No, they were told to stay in the Eyrie.
Oh, that's perfect then.
They're staying with Lee.
Mm-hmm. All right. So with that, we've returned the druid from stone. I've got our
We
first
did it.
touch with the hobgoblin army, and absolutely friggin' destroyed these Death's Kiss. So we're going to go ahead and wrap it up there today. We'll go ahead and pick this up next week. Same bat time, same bat channel right here. Thank everybody for, kind of coming down, hanging out. Ryan Guy, always good. Thank you for redeeming the stretch and the hydrate. Yes, this stretch was so good. I almost got stuck in it and then couldn't, continue to DM, but that's okay. It was a good one. Other than that, make sure you check out everybody who's here. They got Molly Can has doing her horror/sim streams that are always really super fun to watch. So make sure you tune in there. She's on her way to 100 babies still, last I heard. And then between the horror
think
games, of
that's
course. Other than that, I think everybody's just kind of hanging out for now. Hope you guys really enjoyed it, and we'll go ahead and drop you off. Let's see. Does anybody have a raid target? Let's take a look here.
Looks like
I think
Zoc is on.
Friends who roll dice.
He already did this.
Let me see. Or is that not Friends who roll dice? Featherfall, I think, is on. Is Friends up?
Oh,
No,
nice.
Friends not. No, Featherfall. Let's take Featherfall. TT. I know they had a stream tonight. I don't know if they're still going. Let's double check. They are offline, but. All right,
Zoc
let's
Wobble.
take a look. Zoc Wobble Fights, always good. Let's go ahead and read good old Zoc of the Wobble Fights. That's EOC Wobble. I don't know how to spell Wobble Fights. Let's go ahead and just copy and paste this. That's right. Wobble, not wabble. All right, so we'll get that raid going. Everybody, hang on. Here we go. All right, with that, I do thank y'all for watching. We'll pick this up next week. Hopefully a little less
We
frustrating next week.
Did we
God.
start?
Damn
Oh
it.
God!
Almost. Yes, we have started.
No, it happened at the very beginning.
Definitely
Now we are.
knocked it out early today.
I was rubbing it in.
Yes, indeed.
Perfect. All right, raid has gone through.
Woo.
Hitchhiker of the mind.
You guys got to stop turning.